Surprise. Surprise, we're live. There we go. There we go. Do I have like one gray hair in my beard? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, before people get in here, let me tweet. Crimson guitarist, how we doing? Oh wait, I forgot to do one thing quick. Come on, Caster Labs. So I can't even blame your post comment not appearing on stream because of that. It's because I literally didn't pull this up. It's just got to go live. What? Why did my stuff just break? That actually doesn't make any sense. What just happened? Why? I think I know what happened. It's unfortunately something I can't do anything about because my computer is just old and I need to update a lot of the stuff. But give me 1 second, I can fix it. I just can't like make it not happen, if that makes sense. I can't fix it by I can't prevent it from happening. But there we go. It's because I have too many things plugged in and my power is just not quite enough for this computer and it's just too old. So it does that sometimes. There we go. Because I definitely heard stuff go out on through my headphones. All right, give me like 1 sec to tweet and then we'll be good. Where is the picture? Bam. There we go. Jalen, what's up? How are we doing? How are we doing, folks? Got a lot of stuff planned. I'll let you guys know when we're actually jumping straight into it. Kind of just waiting for people to arrive. Gonna do so today. The EVO lineup announcement was announced, if that makes sense. Not the EVO lineup itself, but they do always do an announcement show. So I kind of want to take a crack at seeing what I think the 8 to 9 games are gonna be. Currently eating the Epsom salt in bed. What? I don't understand I know all of the words, but not in that context together. But all right. All right. Patch Day Pog? I hope so. I read through it briefly. I haven't, like, played it at all. Oh, shoot. I need to update. Give me a sec. Let's update quick. Oh, it did update. Sick. All right, cool. I didn't think I had it. Not that I didn't think I have it on auto update, but I didn't think that I had open Steam yet. Ashton, how we doing? Arbor, Sudachi, Leah, or Lei? Lie? Is Rivals 2 at EVO? We have no idea. Those are two unrelated. The EVO lineup will be announced a week from now. So we can be on like major hopium. That's what I'm on. I think it has a shot. I think it's got a shot, but I'm not dumb. I know that it will be hard, but I think it's got a chance. I'm so calamari. How are we doing? Yeah, like that's kind of the entire point. Because EVO always does their lineup to be 8 or 9 games. I don't, other than EVO Online, I literally don't know if it's been fewer or more. That's not including like community side game. We're talking main part of the actual lineup games. And so if Rivals is an EVO, who do you think would win? I mean, if I'm a betting man, which I guess EVO is in Vegas, so I should be. Much love from Puerto Rico. Thank you, Marcos. Thank you. I've been to Puerto Rico a grand total of once, but it was beautiful. What was I gonna say? But I mean, like, if I'm a betting man, my money would be on Cake Assault or Marlin, because Marlin would have served his ban by then. Because EVO's always in August, or not always. EVO's 9 times out of 10 in August, but they changed the weekend. I guess it was July, and then it was August, then it was July, and now it's back to August. Whatever. You all get it. I thought I took this song out of my... Pochi, thank you. I really thought I took this song out of my stream playlist. Where is it? How are we feeling? Do we keep the song in? Do we take it out? Can you guys hear it? Holy crap, Pochi's for 15 months. I just saw that. I just saw that. Marlin versus Cake Assault Evo Grands would be astronomically hard. Spargo gonna pop off with Clarion buffs. We're definitely gonna talk about Spargo. Oh, the song is still in my playlist. I must have liked it enough. All right. Actually, let me... Music is very quiet right now. You can hear the song? All right. Everything's supposed to be background music level. Oh shoot, it's the Combo Devils QA player, Pochi. Pochillin. I'm gonna up the decibels on this just a little bit. Because I did realize that I listened back to one of my streams where everyone else was just like, hey, the music's fine. A couple people were like, it could be louder. A couple people were like, it's too loud, you're good. And then I listened back to it. Luckily, I wasn't trying to turn it into a video. But I listened back to it, and you could, like, not hear the game at all. At all. What? This is a bop. This is Alphabet Soup by Harris Heller, his DMCA safe thing that he was doing with Stream Beats. It's one of the few Stream Beats Harris Heller ones that I still have in here, because I've kind of grown out of a lot of... A lot of this was made specifically to be a DMCA safe, and specifically when, like, lo-fi was the wave, and not just lo-fi in terms of, like, oh, it's nice to listen to lo-fi hip-hop sometimes. This was when, like, lo-fi hip-hop was the only thing you heard in the background of any streamer stuff. And so I like a little bit more active music now for when I'm streaming. I always liked more active music anyways, but it should have a thing. 1 second. Did I forget to turn that on? I should have a thing that, like, pops up when I'm... Let's see if this works. It's been a while since I've used this. It might not. I might have taken it down and I don't remember. But yeah, I was listening back to a different stream that I did, and you guys were like, oh, it's fine. And then I listened back and I couldn't hear the game, like, barely at all. I was like, oh... So I need to turn everything up a bit, don't I? Got it. Cool. So if I'm messing with stuff, it might be a little too loud. Actually, I should be able to hear a little bit in my own ears. Okay. Is this... Yeah, that's good. That's good. This seems like a good mix. I'll be checking on and off a little bit more just to make sure I'm not overwhelming things. Because that should be the plan. Wait, Rivals is going to be at EVO? No, these are different... Those are different points. I am predicting what games are going to be at EVO. I would love it if Rivals is one of those. Nanoob Tokno? I do not know how to pronounce that. Thank you for the follow. Specifically, we are predicting the EVO lineup. I'll show you. In fact, let's just do that right now. Why not? I wasn't going to start for a bit. I was going to let more folks trickle in, but we're good. We're good. I actually have things planned for stream today. Isn't that crazy? I have more than that too, but... Well, one of the end plan is just then try the new patch, so I guess that works. Rivals of Aether 2 and EVO over Smash Bros. Would be crazy. No, it wouldn't. Smash will literally never be an EVO again. Anybody that is in the EVO announcement tweet saying, why isn't Smash there, is... I have so many bridges to sell them. I would like them to buy snow in the Arctic. I want to sell them air. Like, dear God, Nintendo will never let EVO have Smash ever again now that it's owned by Sony. All right, one sec. I buy your air wisely. Well, thank you. When I have more things to sell, which right now I do have the SPIF sponsorship. I'm not wearing any of their stuff right now. But when I have more direct things to sell you, I'll let you know. All right. We can go over a little bit of this. It's going to pull up the wrong... It always pulls up the wrong thing when I open up. Oh, there we go. That was the right one. That was the right one. You should sell a brand of beard oil. I've had people suggest that. I think doing a beard comb would be kind of dope. I don't think enough people in my audience also look like me. Well, that into the Panda drama is probably axed Nintendo's trust in the competitive Smash community. I mean, I don't know if Nintendo ever really trusted competitive Smash, but they are very, very particular. Like, I know some of the stuff about the Nintendo license. Congrats on single-handedly winning the LACS crew battle. Thank you. To get a Nintendo license at your event, you need to not have an energy drink sponsor. So, like, EVO has Red Bull as like one of their primary sponsors. You need to not have any alcohol, not only as a sponsor, but on site in any way. You need to not have any games that are rated M for mature as another main feature. So like can't have Mortal Kombat. That like there's so many random stuff. Or like if you were on Mortal Kombat's Pro Tour as well, then it would be like promoting it too much. Like there's so many weird rules that Nintendo has. You can't have any third-party controllers being promoted in your advertisement, which means you can't have like Hitbox or Junk Food Arcades as a sponsor. What are some of the other crazy ones? There's just so many things that are like, if you want to have a Nintendo license for your event, you just like axe your like potential sponsorship possibilities in like not just half, but like 2/3. It's bad. It's straight up bad. And I'm pretty sure Nintendo does that because they want to fully control everything, but also they don't trust. Like, I think it is a way for them to put a market cap on how big a Smash event could potentially be. I think that is them, one, being like, you got to follow all of our rules. But I also literally think it's just them being like, if anybody follows all of these, they cannot be over a certain size because it's physically impossible. All right. So let's talk about EVO. EVO announcement show will take place next Tuesday, January 14th. I will be co-streaming this because I think it's fun. If you don't know, I play a lot of fighting games as well. Or Kane, exclamation point. Thank you. Oh, EVO? Yes, that too. I'll be co-streaming this. I play a lot of fighting games. I've played a ton of Street Fighter this year. Like, I have almost 400 hours in Street Fighter over the last 2 years. I went to 2 EVOs ago when there was no Smash there, and I had a wonderful time. One of my favorite tournaments. I'm gonna be doing some more content with fighting games anyways. Is there, like, when you go to a menu and press RB, right bumper, you get the stats? They have added a thing that lets you go backwards while going frame? I don't know what you're asking about. Do you mean in Rivals? I don't know. But yeah, EVO is a huge deal, though. The last 2 EVOs, I know the 2 ago broke 10,000 attendees in person. Let me double check. I want to say EVO 2024 also did. In training mode, yeah. I assume you meant in training mode. I just didn't know if you meant for Rivals. EVO 2024 attendance numbers. Yeah, last year also broke 10,000 attendees. With like 6,000 for Street Fighter, that kind of thing. EVO's viewership is enormous. Nintendo games A+, Nintendo policy F. Yeah, no, I fully agree. I still play Nintendo games. I wish I didn't, but I do. It's fine. Out of curiosity, who's your Street Fighter main? I main Rashid. I play a good top tier, finally, for once in my life. I didn't know he was a top tier when I picked him up. I picked him up the week he came out in Street Fighter 6, because it's my first Street Fighter game. And everyone at the time was like, I don't know, he seems a little weak compared... He was really good in 5, but he seems bad now. He's not doing enough damage. And hey, we were all wrong, weren't we? I will say, apparently in 5, he was just really frustrating and boring to play against, and now at least he's interesting, even if level 2 is a war crime. I'm not gonna downplay Rashid. I've been saying that character's absolutely bonkers since before everyone else agreed with me. Yeah, EVO, very big deal, but also the thing about EVO is that it usually has 8 to 9 games in the lineup. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I think it'd be fun to go through and figure out what... I'll give myself a little bit of leeway, let's say 9 games. I did have to look it up. The last time they did 9 games was in 2022. The other 2 have been 8 since then, so 2023, 2024. But I'm also going to use this because I think pulling up all the attendance numbers for the different games will also be part of this. So let me actually just quick pull some of this up. There we go. So this is the attendance numbers for each game last year. What's up, Zorian? Wait, they're doing 9 games instead of 8? No, we have no idea. They just did 9 games in 2022 when I was looking up all the different lineups. And I want to give myself as much leeway so that I can hopium myself into thinking that Rivals 2 is going to be there. That's really it, if I'm being honest. So this was last year. In fact, I prepped this. I think there's some really easy things we can do to start out with this. So 1 sec. Let's hide that. And oh, I don't have a scene for this. You're uploading your first Rivals 2 video to your YouTube channel? Sick. Make sure you post it in the Discord then. I'm doing well. I'm trying to be more consistent with streaming. So I'm now doing my normal job and then going to work out. And on days where I go work out, like yesterday, I've discovered I'm way too tired to stream afterwards. So I'm doing just like off stream work, like either editing or prep or working on stuff. And then days where I don't go work out, I'm going to stream. So not every day I don't work out. Workout stream? No, thank you. Not for me. Where did it go? OBS added more stuff, and I can't find the window capture. There we go. So I'm not gonna stream like every day I don't work out, if that makes sense, but I'm trying to stream consistently like 2 to 3 times a week, and I think tying it to my workout schedule will make it a lot easier, if that makes sense. There we go. Oh my god, why is this so big? Sorry, I've never streamed doing Photoshop before. So why doesn't it match the... Okay, whatever. We're just gonna cut off some stuff at the corners, I guess. And then drop that down to there. All right. Why can't you see the thing that's on the middle of my screen? What? I'm looking at something on my screen right now. Are there even 8 recent fighting games to choose from, excluding Smash Ult and Melee? I know Melee isn't recent, but still. I think there's enough. That's what we're going to talk about. I think it's really interesting. Why can't you guys see the picture that's on my screen? The thing that's in the bottom right-hand corner? That's what I'm looking at, except full size. Okay, we're gonna open recent. If I open something else, can you see this? Is this like a security thing? Why can't you see what I'm opening? What? This isn't Adobe. This is Affinity. This is Affinity Photo. This is a good one. We can't see the file submenu either. Okay, let's look at properties here. Affinity is a good one. Capture method, capture cursor, multi-adapter compatibility. What is that? It's gonna focus on Melee and Rivals 2 online matches. All right. What is going on? I'm gonna, okay, quick Google search. Affinity Photo won't show in OBS? Affinity Photo is not showing the canvas. Okay, yeah. It doesn't show when the scene is set to window mode, but it will work on different settings. This was an error on OBS's end in 2018 that someone is aware of. Why? All right, we're gonna do display capture instead, which means everything I just did is for naught. Hopefully I don't get any weird notifications. I should be fine. There we go. This is what I've been looking at the whole time. This is the thumbnails I make for YouTube. This is what I wanted. Yeah, no, I know you can see it now. I have my thing. That's why I was so confused. Because I was looking at a full canvas. All right. Yes, I would like to make some predictions here, because I think it is interesting. So We got to start out with the easy ones. And I don't think... there's... Wait. Give me the logo for this. There we go. I don't think that there's any option that is more guaranteed than Street Fighter 6. Maybe you could argue for... Tekken? 50-50 Rivals gets in? Yeah, we'll get to that for sure. I've got a lot of hopium, but I'm also going to be realistic. I think you could argue Tekken, but Street Fighter got like 600 more entrants than Tekken last year, and I feel like I've heard more about how some people are not loving Tekken lately. Why did it save this in a weird way? One sec. It's being silly. I made something so that it looked slightly nicer. Bam. That's it. It just looks like it's actually part of a graphic now. By putting a slight photocopier noise over it. That's what all of my Photoshop experiences taught me over the last year, is like put a weird texture over things if you don't know what else to do. EVO is a Street Fighter tournament. It's rooted that Legacy Siege. Oh yeah, I don't think there's not a shot Street Fighter doesn't make it in, but if we're going like most realistic to least likely, that's all I'm doing right now. So, because what I'm saying, I'm giving myself 9. Last year was 8. I'm giving myself 9 because they've done 9 before. We do know that they're doing 1 retro game slot every year, so that's kind of why I'm bringing it back down. 2XKO will be free if it's out by then. I have a hot take that I will get to in 1 sec. Actually, I can just get to it right now. Why not? I don't think 2XKO is there. I don't think 2XKO is there. If 2XKO was out, for sure would be there. But if the announcement is next Tuesday for the lineup, they're not going to use the EVO announcement to announce when the game is coming out. Like, I'm sure EVO is working very close with them. But if EVO is like, yes, and 2XKO is on the main lineup, that guarantees that suddenly we know when 2XKO is launching. Like, I don't think you can have a guarantee that the game launches in the first half of the year before Riot says anything. Like, that's my vibe. That's my take on that. Like, I could be wrong. Don't think I am. All right, I love downloading something as a PNG and then finding out that it's not transparent. Come on. Come on. Save image as Tekken 8 logo. Let's try this again. Dope. There we go. Yeah, I think Street Fighter, Tekken 8. Easy. Easy choices. I love having images prepared ahead of time. I have this prepared ahead of time. I did not have the rest prepared ahead of time. Because I said I'm trying to be a lot more consistent with streaming, and I only have a certain amount of time, I literally, like when I said, hey, we're going to talk about Spargo later, I have a whole write-up about exactly what we're going to talk about for Spargo. Not a write-up, but like a plan. You're good, I'm just teasing. Yeah. Gamer Till Death, thank you. I think City of the Wolves will be there. Yes. Oh, I think City of the Wolves is for sure there. In fact, let's add that right now. City of the Wolves logo. I think that City of the Wolves is for sure there. What file format was this? Does it work? Nope, it does not. What's an AVIF file? All right, this one is still... It doesn't have the star in the background for some reason, but it is transparent. But yeah, first Fatal Fury game in 20 years, it's there. It also looks really good. I think it's maybe the best looking game SNK's put out in a very long time. At least if you're looking at 3D games. I don't know SNK well. Like, I am not gonna claim that I've never played an SNK game. I'm just going off of spectator vibes. As someone who doesn't like how KOF looks and the 3D versions, but I do think they look pretty good, not 3D. Like, they had a great sprite art for a long time, and now they don't. But I think Fatal Fury looks good. City of the Wolves looks good from the trailers. All right. Oh, easy one. People like to meme on this game, but it is still big, is Strive. Strive still puts up numbers. It's still getting active releases. Like, they are currently starting season 4. They're getting a Cyberpunk Edge Runners. KOF 13 looked so good it bankrupted them. Yeah, I'm saying specifically when they started doing 3. Holy crap, why is this file so big? I just need a logo. It's putting on like all the slow jams right now. Like all these very quiet, soft... Is this on shuffle? It is. There we go. Strive image is almost as big as counter in game. No, then I need to be back up to here again. All right. You barely read the Strive. I'm not finding another image to download. Yeah, I think Strive is a shoo-in. There's absolutely no shot. Like, right now, we are just getting the obvious ones out of the way. Arx is still supporting it, has the World Tour, new DLCs, new patches. No, yeah, there's literally no way Strive doesn't get into EVO. There's no shot. We are just getting the obvious ones. Here's where we get to less obvious. I think it's a shoo-in. This is last year's numbers. Granblue did shockingly well. Granblue did shockingly well. I think Granblue makes it in, for sure, right? I'm not dumb, right? Especially with time to make the competitive scene happier. I've played Granblue like twice. It wasn't release hype though, because let's look this up. EVO 2023 entrance. Oh wait, no. I thought it came out sooner. I thought it came out later. I forgot when Granblue came out. I love that Granblue has the attention it deserves. All I hear about is how good this game is, but that not a ton of people play it. I'm curious. We're going on a sidetrack. What is Granblue's player count? Again, this is only on Steam. 354 in game right now. All right. But let's look longer. So this would have been in August of 24. Big bump, maybe from EVO. I don't know. Probably no. There's no way they get a bump like that from EVO. Yeah. All right. All right. I've played Granblue twice, and both were at a mystery game event, and it was fun. I just didn't know what I was doing. All right. Yeah, let's make a call. Granblue Fantasy versus Rising for sure is making it in. Oh my god, why is this logo like this? This game's logo is bad. I will say that. I was not aware that it was bad until what I'm doing right now, but that's fine. That logo doesn't look good off the box art, but I don't know. I'm not an anime person, so it could just not speak to me. Yeah, I think Grand Blue, even if the numbers are going to be lower, I think it's still a shoe-in. I think it's still a shoe-in. One of the specs is probably 2B. I mean, one of them for sure is. I like that I've been putting these behind the photocopy noise, and it has not made a single lick of difference except for Guilty Gear, apparently. Also, why does the Guilty Gear... The PNG isn't made right, so you just see one line where the bottom of the image is. That's so funny. All right. Not my fault. I did my work. Okay, let's look at last year's for thoughts. Street Fighter Third Strike was their retro game, so we do need a reckon with retro. Under Night in Birth, MK1, King of Fighters. All I hear about is how MK1 is just falling apart. But I also can't imagine an EVO without MK. Although people used to say they couldn't imagine an EVO without Marvel vs. Capcom. EVO lineup. Okay, EVO wiki. When's the last time there was an EVO without Mortal Kombat? When's the last time there was an EVO without Mortal Kombat? Not including EVO Japan. We're talking main EVO. MK1. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. 11 Ultimate, even online. 11. Okay, we're also including Injustice when we're saying Mortal Kombat, let's be clear, right? Right, we're including Injustice if we're saying Mortal Kombat. It basically, I'm saying there's an NRS pick, not it has to be that one. Okay, yeah, we're back to 2016, and it still has whatever. Okay, fine. I'm gonna put MK1 on, but that feels like the most likely to get knocked off for now. Am I crazy if I think that Mortal Kombat 1 is less likely than like Uni? Is that wild? I think we're more likely to get Uni than we are to get Mortal Kombat. I think Uni will for sure get more entrants than Mortal Kombat. I don't think so, but I'm biased. See, I'm biased because I know Pete. You think Mortal Kombat and KOF are the cuts? I think KOF is for sure the cuts, especially if we're getting City of the Wolves, which will for sure be out by then. Because City, I don't know the release date, but I know City of the Wolves is going to be at Combo Breaker. I don't think we get 2 SNK games. I think you cut KOF for City of the Wolves. I think MK could get the cut. KOF is cut for City of the Wolves, likely an MK Injustice situation. Yeah, I think you get a NRS game and you get a SNK game. I don't think that you get, like, oh, we can have City of the Wolves and we can have KOF because they're different franchises. Unless they play way more differently than I expect. Having MK10 or some other game is a retro pick. So they're doing MK10 at Combo Breaker, but that's because it's celebrating the 10th anniversary of Combo Breaker and the 10th anniversary of MK10, I believe. Because MK10 was at the first Combo Breaker. So that's why they're doing that. I don't think that Rick would run... Rick is the head for Combo Breaker and for EVO. I don't think Rick would run it as a main event at both. I'm going to add Mortal Kombat to this before I think about it more. MK1 logo. Oh, this is off of DeviantArt. Uh-oh. Someone made this poorly. It looks fine. It's weirdly cropped, but it's fine. There we go. Let's think some more. Uni. I think for sure KOF is cut. So let's put Uni on here. Because I think you have to have a French bread game. Also, people just like it. It's not even like you have to have that. Wait, oh my god, which Uni are we on? Uni to Siciless. God, that Uni to Siciless. Why are there names like this? Logo. There we go. And that leaves 2 slots. And one of them is retro. I want to do retro because I think the final slot is going to be way more difficult. For sure, Virtual Fighter 5 Revo. I mean, they're doing that at Combo Breaker, right? Getting mixed in a French bread game, call that Extreme Pan. I like it. CAVS 2 collection is this year, so that's your bet. Oh, what's up, Smokey? Is CVS... When is it coming out? I could pray they somehow bring Rivals 2 in here, but there's like no way. That's why I'm waiting for this last slot. So that I can trick myself into believing Virtual Fighter 5 is at EVO Japan. Oh, is it? Is EVO Japan before or after EVO US? EVO Japan 2025. When? Yes, it is. Is Virtual Fighter 5? Oh, you're saying Revo. Now I'm thinking Virtual Fighter 6. I'm dumb. Okay, wait. I was thinking the new upcoming one. Virtua Fighter 6, yeah. Banging music, by the way. Love Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Yeah. I have like most of that music is DMCA safe. It's all supposed to be, but people have been really dumb. So we've used it in a lot of videos as well. EVO Japan is in like April. It said it was in May. Apparently it's right after Combo Breaker, and I didn't know that. Only because I'm thinking about how there's no platform. But we're gonna go over the different options for that final slot. I have like a style guide written up for my videos, which I made. It was one that I internally followed, but I actually had to write it up when I started working with some editors, because I edit most of my videos are with editors now. The last couple have been me, but basically I was like, here's a playlist that I've made. It's almost all the same thing as the stream playlist that we're listening to. But I specifically was like, if you want to add something great, basically if it sounds like it could be on the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk soundtrack, I think it works for my videos. It's not like exactly the kind of music I listen to at home. I do listen to, the BRC soundtrack a decent amount, but it also stuff that I think works for videos and works for streams. All right, you think it's Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. Can I make just like a fun call out? You think it's CVS 2? Also Virtua. Okay, let's put all the logos on here and let's think. Virtua Fighter. Does Virtua Fighter 5 Revo being at EVO Japan make it more or less likely here? Because is it like a weird throwback one at Japan? Well, wait. Revo isn't a throwback then. Revos are the Revolution, which means it's not a throwback game anymore. So it can't be the retro one. Do we think Virtua Fighter 5 Revo makes it in over any of the games we currently have? They did MVC2 the other year. Yeah. My question is, I don't know if they want to keep doing Capcom. Surely they have one of the collections. But MVC2 came out. MVC2 was the throwback game. No, they didn't do MVC2 the other year. They did MVC3, and then they did Third Strike last year. And neither of them came out the same year that a collection came out. I could see it being CVS. Tekken 5 or Tag. I just don't know my Tekkens. So I would have to go with chat for like which Tekken would be the one people would want, but they did MVC2 the other. No, okay. Is CVS what I'm thinking? Is that Capcom versus SNK? I could see them doing something like that. I could see them doing a mix of that so it's not just Capcom. What other games? What would be cool throwback ones? Do we think that Virtua Fighter 5 Revo? I don't think Revo makes it in over any of these. I don't think a remake makes it in. Unless MK wants doing even way... Unless that is... unless MK is doing way worse than I even think. I think you say Virtua Fighter that for Virtua Fighter 6. Unless Virtua Fighter 5 Revo does numbers in Japan. But I also know they haven't done Mortal Kombat in Japan because Japan does not give a shit about Mortal Kombat. I know that right now people say the big three fighting games are Street Fighter, Tekken, and Guilty Gear, but for so long it was Street Fighter, Tekken, and MK. MK's never been in the conversation in Japan. KOF 94 or any of the older KOF. I agree if we weren't getting City of the Wolves. I think they're already doing a huge highlight with, like, of SNK in general. That's why I'm not sure if they do CVS or maybe I'm just way overthinking it. Maybe I'm just way overthinking it. CVS 2. Okay, let's get some of the logos out here. I think it'll help me think through this if I start adding them to the sheet. Why does this logo not look right to me? Whatever. That's why it didn't look right. I hate fake PNGs. Boo. Boo. I should have known. Here. Oh wait, that's the wrong one? That's just CVS 1. It turns out it's hard to get logos for really old games cut out. So we're gonna have to do some quick math here. Which I only feel confident enough in doing because I've been making so many thumbnails for the last year. Whee. I do not care about making this clean. It'll be huge at EVO Japan, but the Western audience is very small. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I vaguely remember Virtua Fighter when I was a kid, but in a like, oh, that's one of the other fighting games, because I didn't care about fighting games as a child. I would play Soul Calibur in the arcade, button mashing against my friends. Did not know what I was doing. And that was about it. Sometimes Tekken. Did not get into any 2D fighters because they seemed too hard for me. No, that's why I didn't put Virtua on it. That's why I'm not sure if I'm putting Virtua on it. That's why I'm just not sure. I don't think I'm putting Virtua Fighter. I think if it was Virtua Fighter 6, it for sure gets in. Man, I don't know. Sonic the Fighters, that's not popular enough. What were the other ones people mentioned? Do we want Tekken Tag or Tekken 8 or Tekken 5? Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 5? If Smokey's still here, this is your pick. As someone who does not know, as someone who doesn't know Tekken really. 5? All right. Part of me thinks a company like Sega would buy up slots. They do a combination. Like, I know that games can pay to be part of it, but like Multiverses did that one year. But they also weren't a main event. I don't think Sega would buy up more than one slot, if you're saying. We'll just do Tekken 5. And then I have my own thought that is not based in reality, but is based in this would be cool. Tekken 5. Okay. This is not going in one of the spots yet. These are all the retro games trying to fight for a spot currently. Or, hear me out. Hear me out. I made a joke about Rivals 1 being added. There's no way. But Rivals 1 being added as the retro game because it's pixel art, not because it's actually old, would be so funny. You do Rivals 1 in just the first patch. Do we have a release date in 2XK? We don't. Is there any realistic world where Rivals ends up at EVO? I think there is. That is what we're going to argue about for this final slot. We've gotten the games that we think for sure are going to be there. They have one retro game, and then it's kind of a toss-up. Rivals is 10 years old. Yeah, but Rivals, the end of Rivals 1 isn't 10 years old. And that's a big difference. You know what I mean. They ran that at Last Hitfall? I didn't know that. Okay. Here's my... This goes against multiple things I said about... I don't think they want to do Capcom games 3 years in a row. I don't think they want to do... do you think they would do, like, Xrd? Is Xrd old enough? I don't know my Guilty Gears well enough. Is Xrd the one I'm thinking of? This is not a Capcom game, obviously. Maybe I'm thinking of Accent Corp or Plus R. Yeah, I'm thinking of Plus R, not Xrd. Plus R is old enough. Okay. We're adding this to the list as well. And then I'm gonna have to actually make a choice here in a sec. It would be Plus R if we're talking retro. Yeah, I only started playing any Guilty Gears with Strive, so I'm just trying to remember which is which. Plus R wouldn't be the craziest thing. Oh, I just looked at chat. Everyone immediately answered. Plus R, yeah, it's Plus R and not Xrd, yeah. Not running the Smash games because it was a pain in the ass. I mean, the big thing with them not running Smash is Nintendo. It's just Nintendo. That's it. You're a proud citizen of Rollback. Yeah, aren't we all? God bless Sajam. All right, here's my right field one. Here's my right field one that also just goes against everything that I just said. Come on, give me a version of this logo that's already cut out. There we go. Hear me out. Steam Decks don't work with GCC, unfortunately, so no. I mean, yeah, they have to get computers. Hear me out. We get Vampire Savior, and then they announce a new and then Capcom announces a new Darkstalkers game. And all of the Morrigan fans can play a Darkstalkers game for the first time. This is the least likely out of the four that I have here right now. I have never played a Darkstalkers game. Out of all the random games, though, it is the one that every time I see it, I'm like, dang, playing as a bunch of old monsters does look real fun. If they made a new one, I would at least try it. Whereas, like, there's a few of these, I'm like, if they make a new one, if they make a new one of, like, I didn't play the new Tekken even. I played it casually. I didn't buy it. I've never played CVS. I'm sure some people would be super pumped. I wouldn't really care about the CVS 3. You know what? This list is for me now. This list is for me now. I want to play. I mean, if you can just set up Fightcade, I'm saying, or VSAV is in the Marvel, or not Marvel, the Capcom Fighting Collection. If you don't care about playing it on Fightcade, you know what? We're gonna go full cope. They're going to announce Vampire Savior, or they're going to run Vampire Savior, and then Capcom's announcing that we're finally getting a new game. And like I said, all of the Morrigan and Lilith fans can finally play one of the games that she's in. I was going to say one of the games she's in. They've probably played Marvel vs. Capcom. And they'll announce a new Silk song at EVO. You're right. You're right. Yeah, I know the likelihood of this one. This is for me. Out of all the weird old retro games that haven't been kept up, it's the one that I think the aesthetic is the most interesting for. Like, I know a lot of Darkstalker characters' names despite having never played the game. Like, I would love to see John Telbane in a new game. Or Jeddah, if he was just, you know, that kind of thing. Silk song is taking so long because then making it into a fighting game to be announced at EVO. We love it. Hollow Fight? Yes! I like it. Thank you, chat. Vampire Savior was part of a good collection. It was part of the Capcom Fighting Collection. Which such it's a Cyberbots. Though I did watch a thing recently that was explaining all of the different Darkstalkers games, and apparently this is like the third of 5, but it's the only last one that was numbered, and apparently no one plays the other 2, because they were just bad. So don't play Vampire Savior 2, or play whatever the other update. Those are basically like how a lot of Street Fighter games have, like, Street Fighter 4 Ultra, Street Fighter 4 Super, like that kind of thing. All right, let's talk about this final game. Let's talk about the final game. This, to be clear, we're already going for 9 games and not 8, which has been the last 2 EVOs, because I'm trying to make it a little bit easier. I don't think KOF makes it in. In fact, I still don't know if MK makes it in. This is last year's numbers. What was the year before that? What was the year before that? Are there any big games that we are just not thinking of? EVO 2023 entrance. Oh, hello. Why didn't this go full screen? What? Oh, it's on some random Reddit. That was when MVC3 was the retro one. Melty was surpassed by Uni as the new French bread one. DBZF is just, I don't see a shot of DBZF making it in. Someone asked earlier, I don't think 2XKO is making it in because I cannot see them. If 2XKO is announced, the announcement show is next Tuesday, and I will be watching it on stream. We'll be doing a watch party for it. If 2XKO is announced to be at EVO, that means that without Riot having said anything publicly, we would find out that, like, that would tell us that 2XKO is coming out sometime between, like, now and May. And I just don't see a world where the release date for 2XKO is announced on EVO's channels and not on Riot's channels first. Or where they do it at the same time. Like, call me crazy. I don't think we're getting 2XKO because I don't think Riot would have, as much as Riot likes EVO, like, they've had giant booths there, I don't think Riot would have 2XKO's release date be announced at EVO's not even like a big announcement. It's at EVO's like lineup announcement watch thing. I wish we get Hunter and Impact at EVO this year. I think that game gets overshadowed so hard. I think there's a shot that MK1 get... If there was another NRS game, I think for sure... If I'm cutting this lineup to 8 instead of 9, I think MK1 is the one I drop. Ghostface popped off, but the rest has not. And like the numbers are still bad even post Ghostface. If I remember rightly. Again, this is only... Every time I do this, I need to remind people we're only looking at Steam. And a lot of these games, their big player bases aren't on Steam, but it's the only thing that I have a way to, like, follow up. Oh, there's more people than I thought. Maybe Ghostface helped more than I thought. That's still low for... This feels low for Mortal Kombat. Yeah, because it had peaks of 5,000, and then it goes back down to, like, 1,500. Yeah. Okay, Max is not fair to it. Because you get it dropping by that much. That's every single fighting game ever. Rivals 2 is in this spot right now and everyone keeps freaking out. I'm not going to do it this stream, but like I said, I'm doing more planned segments on stream. That is absolutely going to be a planned segment. Is like, guys, calm down. Rivals 2 is doing just fine. But that's bad for Mortal Kombat. Like, that's what I'm saying. In fact, now I'm curious. Rivals 2. Yeah, like, ooh, people are liking the new patch, or they're at least tried it out. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna get a big bump when Daedalus launches. Wait. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I didn't know that Rivals was being better than Mortal Kombat for a hot minute. And then the lines crossed again. Today. Literally just today. That's really funny. Crazy. Like, new patch you talking about today? Yeah. We got a new patch today. Don't do it wisely. Don't give me hope. Oh, I'm about to give you some more hope. We've said that Uni 2's for sure making it in. Under Night, not Uni. Under Night. Is it K-N-I-G? What? How do you spell this? There we go. What other games did we say are for sure making it in? Grand Blue? Yeah, let's do Grand Blue. Grand Blue. All right. So hear me out. Hear me out. Oh yeah, no. This is all Steam. I've been clear about that. I've been clear about that. Especially Mortal Kombat, I think is Steam. But like yesterday, Rivals peaked at 1,300. Grand Blue's at 600. Under Night's at 170. Today, I mean, we just got a new patch, so I don't even want to be fair. I do want to be fair. Spargoat and EVO would surely make more alt kids come over. Sure. I'm just saying. Also, if you add Rivals, what did I click on? I didn't mean to do that. If you add Rivals, you then get the platform fighter community that has been spurned by Nintendo, who will never allow Smash to be there again. I do think it's one of the only games that if you announce, you get like 80% new entrants. I think if you announce Rivals, there's definitely crossover, like me. I will be doing Rivals, and I'm going to EVO no matter what. I want to go there and I want to make content, actually. It would give a huge bump to the game, but I also think that it's one of the only games you can announce where you get a lot of brand new entrants. People that weren't going for Street Fighter, people that weren't going for Tekken, versus like I'm trying to go to EVO anyways for Street Fighter. And then I'll probably like learn one more game just for fun. And then I'll go for like content stuff. Like I want to film things while I'm there now that I have my nice new camera. So that I can film stuff the way I did at LACS. Also, later, hit me with ideas for like the kind of stuff you'd want to see live. Because my goal is to start, especially big things. So I'm going to be trying to do big stuff at Genesis, Combo Breaker, and EVO. For sure, Genesis and Combo Breaker, obviously. A lot of Plat Fighter people will join even if they aren't hardcore for Rivals specifically. I think so. Maybe that's the real copium for me, but I feel like it. I think there's way more crossover now than there used to be between the Plat Fighter community and like the true fighting game community, the traditional fighting game community. But it's still not gonna be crazy. Like I think you announce Rivals for, I don't know how many people it gets, but for the number of people you get, I think like 70% of them are all new entrants and bringing in new money. Maybe I'm crazy. Also, like, I know that Rivals 2 signups at Combo Breaker is already doing well. It hasn't hit 100 yet, but so far only like Street Fighter and Tekken have, but I know it's like over 40 already because I was talking to some of their staff. And considering the only games, whenever they've done any other games other than Smash that have been Plat Fighters at Combo Breaker, like they did Nasby one year and Multiverses one year, like those all got like 20 entrants as well. It's doing well at Frosty's. Actually, let's look that up. I'm basically going in incredibly biased and trying to make a case for why I think Rivals is the final game. I'm not dumb. I don't think that Rivals is a shoo-in. I also don't think that Rivals is going to be the biggest game there. But, like, let me believe. I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, where's Rivals on here? There we go. 191 for Rivals at Frosty's? Whoa! That's crazy. That's way more than I expected. I'm so bummed that I'm not going to Frosty's. Twisty's going? All right. Young Quaff. That I expected, because I know Quaff plays other games. Lucius. YXL. I'm just naming the people that... Oh, Seth is going to be there. Okay. Seth is local, though. That makes sense. Also, pay attention to this. How many people are entering? It's always Rivals and then anime games. Nasby 2 was not at EVO. Nasby 2 was at Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker always runs way more games. Rivals uses PC. I'm giving Rivals like a 50% shot. Like, I also think there's way more crossover. There's very few people. There's some, but there's not as many as you would expect that are only entering Rivals. Because if this was Melee or Ult, which I don't know if they're there, are they? I don't think they're there this year. It's the same 50? Oh, it's less entrants? That's crazy. Oh, wait, that's searching through names. Filter. Ultimate. Wow, 20 less entrants. Come on, Riddles. We got to get Riddles to play Rivals. Riddles is cool. The recent Let's Make Big Moves had Rockwell with PS2 graphics. That's Let's Make Big Moves fault, not Rivals fault. Like, come on. Let's be real. They didn't have the computer for it. Or something like that. Like, that's not Rivals' fault that the game didn't run as well. This is EVO, which runs everything on PS5 because it's Sony sponsored. Okay, you're right. There's a lot more people. I will say a lot more than I expected that are entering Rivals and Alt. They said it was a bug. Weird. Is Skullgirls dead? Is it old enough? I don't think it's old enough to be a retro game. I would love it if it was Skullgirls. I would love an excuse to actually learn Skullgirls. I've only played it really casually. Let's see. It came out in 2012, which I think is old enough, but it kept being updated. Like, it's still being updated. When was the last character? Where is it? When was the last character added? From 2021, Annie, Umbrella, Black Dahlia, Marie. Oh, is Marie. When did Marie come out? Skullgirls. Patch. Like, yeah, it still got an update at least in May. Like, it's literally gotten balance updates as of this year. I don't think that you can. They claimed it was a known bug with certain PCs. Who claimed that? Let's Make Big Moves or Rivals did? I tried Skullgirls in the past when I tried my skill levels not up to par. Yeah, that game is hard. It's like PM, where the game is really hard, and the people that are still playing are monsters. You would legit make a drive to EVO because you play Street Fighter a lot as well. I mean, House of 3K, I trust them. I do trust them to know what they're doing. Yeah, I think there are too many recent updates for Skullgirls for it to be called a retro game. As much as I would love for that to be. That's why I still have Vampire Savior as my joking one. Vampire Savior, which is getting 75 entrants at Frosty's, according to that. All right. Man. Also, what game would you put in? What game, look me dead in the eyes, what game makes it in over Rivals with a 9-game lineup? If it was a main, okay, it was not a main game lineup. Was it in 2022? Skullgirls EVO 2022. I thought that was, I know that it made it as, oh, that was the in-person one. Okay, I'm wrong. Skullgirls was in the COVID, like, online one, which is what I thought you were talking about. This does assume they're doing 9. Rivals 2. Logo. Yeah, I mean, this image that I'm drawing over was from 2022's EVO. The last 2 years have been 8. I'm choosing 9 to give myself more hope. Wikis famously never lie. It was online because when yeah, That and oh, I just thought of another game. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Is Killer Instinct old enough to be a retro game? Not like the newest Killer Instinct. Is that old enough to be a retro game? When did that come out? KI 2013. Okay. Yeah. 2013 is definitely on the edge. I think you need to be out before the 2010s for it to be count as a retro game. Well, wait, when did UMVC 3 come out? Because that was literally... UMVC 3 came out in 2011. And that was a retro game 2 years ago. Or last year. Yeah, but that's Marvel. I know. Rick is like the biggest fan, like ride and dies for KI though. I'm trying to think of games that I think would be really cool to see. That's all. That's the reason. No, I get the difference between Marvel and Marvel. I get it. God, this feels so silly. This feels silly, but I don't see what other game... If we get 9, I don't see what game makes it in over... In fact, let me look up... Steam TV, fighting games, most played fighting games. Am I forgetting about a big one? Naraka Blade Point is not a real fighting game. It's just listed. It just has... These are all the games with fighting game as like in their Steam tags. These are all ones that have it in their Steam tags. Brawlhalla, even though it's been huge, it's never been there. I don't see them randomly adding it now. They're not going to add Sparking Jitter because it's an arena fighter. It's also not built to be competitive. Kitty, thank you. Okay, this list also has Arkham Knight on it. We got to be clear what we're talking about here. Arkham Knight, yeah, fine. We'll give them Arkham Knight as the final slot. These are just all games that on Steam have fighting games in their like tags. That's why. I don't see Sparking Zero for Honor making it in. Sorry. Party Animals is way more people than I thought. Rivals doing better than Strive just because of the patch today. That's fine. We could just have a lot of Batman games. You know what? Fine. We're putting in WWE 2K24. MK1, MK11. How on earth is this a fighting game? Oh, that's not the game I was thinking of. Like, we're scrolling down. Where literally we get to Rivals of Aether 1 before I'm like finding a game that I'm like, yeah, that definitely is a like well-known fighting game that I think should also be on here. Wait, does Rivals of Aether 1 have more? Rivals of Aether 1 has more current players on Steam than KOF 15. And Granblue. I think if we are saying that Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising is a shoo-in, for sure is going to make it, was in like the 4th highest of entrants last year, and Rivals of Aether 1 currently has more people on Steam for it. Well, yeah, no, of course, that's after Drunken Fight Simulator makes it in. Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear. I don't think I am on the hopium that hard that Rivals 2 is making it out. Does Rivals 2 have more players now than it did before it came out? I don't think so. It's gone down a little bit, but not as much as people are saying. It's gone down among competitive players more, though. Like April 500, 500, 500. It went up a little bit higher, like right before Rivals 2 came out, because everyone's getting excited. But like Yeah, there's some drop off for sure. 600, 600, 600, almost at 600. I don't know why this is so low. Yeah, it's pretty steady. It's not crazy, but also, like, it dropped a ton before, and... I mean, if you look at this, it kind of went up, and then you get, like... It's always going to have that base, though, because of Workshop. I think ROA 1 will have a significant drop once Workshop is released in 2. I don't think so. I think it'll have a significant drop once it's... It won't be a significant drop. It'll be a steady decline once ROA 2 has more content in it. Because I do think ROA 2 Workshop... Sorry, specifically ROA 2 Workshop. Because I do think Rivals 2 Workshop is going to be way more difficult to make characters for. Like, I don't think that's crazy to say because it's a 3D game. So, like, you're not going to have, like, week 1 700 characters out. Like, it's just going to take longer for people to make stuff. Though it will be easier to just mod in broad crazy mods. Yeah, but they're still going to take longer. That's what I'm saying. I think you are going to get, like, the skin packs are going to go crazy. It's stuff that is like, I made a full new character with all brand new mechanics and all of this. That's going to be the harder one. I think this makes sense. Now, the real question is if we cut it to an 8 and still have to include a retro spot, do I still believe in my heart of hearts? Do I still believe that Rivals 2 makes it in? I'm going to go either way because I love Street Fighter. Okay, so we have Capcom, Tekken Project. So, okay, either way, you have a Capcom, you have Big 3D Fighter, SNK, ArcSys, also ArcSys now that I think about it, but Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising, Mortal Kombat 1 for NRS, Under Night for French Bread, VSAF for Retro, and I think Rivals 2 covers the Pot Fighter audience that they have not been able to have since Nintendo told them no. The problem is I think if this goes to 8, you don't get it. I want to believe in the Rivals. Okay, you know what? I got one more thing. One more thing to convince you of. That's my Spargo notes. Where is it? Here. Somehow this is still up. But when the dev team put out their thing about Rivals, way before the game came out, I don't think they realized this page is still up, by the way. You can't access it directly. You can only find it by searching on Google. Fun fact, there are more people playing MK11 than 1. Yeah, that's been almost every time we've looked him up. I do not know how much they have to pay for a slot. I don't know about any of that. It also heavily depends on active players. Like, I know Rick personally. Rick, who runs EVO and runs Combo Breaker, also lives like 15 minutes away from me. I consider him a friend. We don't talk super frequently, but like every other month or so, we'll talk for a little bit, and we'll see each other at an event or something like that. Like, I don't know all of his stuff, but I do know that, like, it is player base, and it is, like, he wants to do right by the community. He also does, not shockingly, a lot of people would find it shocking, but I know it. He really does like Smash and like platform fighters. He doesn't play them himself, really, but, like, when everyone's like, oh, Combo Breaker, EVO would never run these, he's like, I like them. Everyone thinks that I'm, like, evil and don't. He likes them. Two other things is 2 years ago at EVO is when Maple was announced. And then last year at EVO is when Arcane was announced and when they announced that all the feature characters were going to be free for the life of the game. I also know that Combo Breaker, which is run by Rick, same guy, gave them a preferred spot in their like booth space. Like they were just like, oh, we want a booth, and he's like, I'm going to make sure you get a booth spot in the main floor. And like I think gave them a larger spot, that kind of thing. I don't quote me on that for sure. Rick himself really likes the Rivals team. I feel like that's a factor. And they've, like I said, they have had everything in the past. Like they've done announcements at the last 2 EVOs. Oh my God, where is it? Oh, here. Will it be esports? I've screenshot this multiple times now. You can't say something is esports before its players have declared it esports. That's the first rule of esports. But yeah, this game, you know Dan wrote this, by the way. This is all just Dan's voice. This game is totally going to be esports. We're designing it to be the esports that ends all other esports. Again, this is all just Dan. Here's where I think it gets real. We'll do everything in our power to fuel the competitive gaming community around this game. If Rivals 2 is not a main stage game at EVO 2025, then we will have failed you all. I don't think that this means that they are 100% getting in. I do think it means they're going to try their best. They're going to do everything they can to get in. Shake? Are we good? Follow me? Like, yes, there's a lot of hopium. But also, it feels... I don't know. Is it the Rivals I'm thinking of? No, this is not Marvel Rivals. God, actually, you know, that'd be a way funnier version of this image. One sec. One sec. Okay. There we go. Does this feel legit now? Do we like this more? Chat, are we vibing? Jeff the Landshark or Arcane? Unfortunately, it's definitely Jeff. Jeff has, like, supernatural powers. Arcane has power over water, but Jeff, like, is from outer space. EVO 2032 will have a Rivals 1 workshop bracket as the retro game? Hell yeah. Was Rivals 1 ever at EVO? No, it was not. It was as the like, community side game. But it was not as the, like, official lineup. It was never Rivals. Partially because, like I said, EVO tries to get different combinations of, like, we want a mix of NRS and Capcom and French Bread and SN, like, all of those, Arxis, all of those different things. And I think although those are developers, they also are styles. Like, they're probably not going to have a bunch of different tag fighters unless they're all popping off. Also, someone mentioned MVCI, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Beyond. They're not running... I love your optimism, and I think I have actually played that game, and it's fun. There's no way they're running a mod for a Capcom game at a Capcom Pro Tour event. Like, can we be realistic here? It's the same as all the people that were saying it's definitely going to be Smash again, when Nintendo is the reason that they're not running Smash, not because they don't like it. The thing is, I want to post this, but I don't think the bait is realistic enough unless I shorten it to 8 games, right? So they get out, it's Olympia before top 8. God, if it does make EVO, I hope we get a top 8 announcement. That'd be so sick. I feel like them announcing the FGC character at EVO is a little too on the nose. What game do I cut off to do a Coney style I have posted this and it's your problem now debate? EVO, if they had their shit together. EVO does have their shit together. It's not Mr. Wizard anymore, it's Rick. I went to EVO 2 years ago. It's one of the best events I've ever been to. Cut MK1 but still include Marvel Rivals. Am I as bold as Coney? Am I as strong of a person to know what I'm about to get into on the internet and know how many people are going to trash and yell at me? If I include Marvel Rivals, they'll at least know that it's a joke. Ask on his stream, he's live. No, I don't need to, I'm not bothering Coney in that way. I think if I include it as Marvel Rivals, this is how people would realize I'm joking. Let's see, is there a EVO lineup? Save image. All right. So this is last year's image. One sec. If you want Rage, cut MK1 and Strive. Include both rivals. See, no one would fall for that, but I also think the joke isn't as funny then. I don't think the joke is as funny if you do that. Whoa, why did it do that? Asterize, okay. Yeah, I just wanted the color picker. So then I can do... Sorry, you get to see behind the curtain on how I do my very basic Photoshop work. Actually, that's not even true. I have learned so much about Photoshop and video editing in the last 2 years, especially the last year. If you look at my videos, even from a calendar year ago, they are so much better now. Drop Marvel and add in... I don't think Hunter x Hunter is coming out in time. Hunter x Hunter isn't coming out in time. I also think... I think that game is going to be screwed from the get-go, because the replace Vampire Saviors with Rivals 1... No, that was the joke. I already posted that joke on Twitter. I don't need to actually do that here. I think the big problem with Hunter x Hunter is that it's going to be too similar to 2XKO, because it's a 2-character active tag battle game. And I think everyone's just going to jump for 2XKO, and I don't think Hunter x Hunter ever makes an EVO. It's 3 characters? I thought it was 2. Okay. You've only leveled up like 217 times since last year. Proud of you. Thank you. I feel like I have genuinely gotten so much better at all of this. All right. So now we got to move everything around on here. It looks like MVC hashtag. Oh, MVC3. Yeah, no, it's literally made by the same team that made MVC3. I think that it's its big saving grace right now. That's the big saving grace right now. All right. Like, if there's any reason that Hunter x Hunter gets an audience, it's because of the pedigree. It's because it's an aiding game. Okay. Oh, wait. I want to do them in the order I had before, because it was also the order that I genuinely think made sense. It's crazy that... When did Mortal Kombat drop? Mortal Kombat 1 release date. Because it's... Oh, it did drop in 2023, not 24. All right. Why? You can not read Guilty Gear on this. One sec. I gotta find a new Guilty Gear logo. Guilty Gear Strive logo. There we go. Also, probably a different Tekken logo to be easier to read as well. I keep forgetting I have Marvel Rivals there. And it's really funny every time I notice it. Tekken 8 logo. Yeah, no, I'm literally changing the... Josh, I literally just changed the Guilty, because I was using a different background before that was a lot lighter. All right, here's a white background version of the Tekken logo. Or a white lettering version of the Tekken logo. Marvel Rivals, your favorite fighting game? So here's the question. To let this rip and deal with the blowback on Twitter, how obvious do I make the joke? Rivals 2 losing EVO to Marvel Rivals would be the most esports outcome. I kind of want to post this version with just here's the way that Rivals can make EVO, as with this as the joke. But also, dude, here's the problem, is that cutting MK... Oh, wait, I need to actually remove it. This feels so mean. Do I believe in my soul that Rivals 2 would get more entrants than Mortal Kombat? I cannot imagine them making... I can't imagine them making an EVO with a Mortal Kombat that's still actively being updated. Like, we still have the rest of the season patch at the very least. And the thing is, I do think that it would get more entrants. Doing this. What a terrible freeze frame. I need to build a new computer. Chat, I need a new computer, and I can't afford one yet. It wasn't picking my nose. That was my hand in my mouth, because I was combing my beard out. Oh, that's the wrong scene. Someone took Jacob, thank you. Yeah, you're right. I made my setup free so that I could pick my nose quick without you guys knowing. One sec. I think, wait. You guys can hear me. We're all good on audio. Sick. Start the song over because it was a bop. Well, okay. Someone just said that they genuinely think this kid, there's no way this gets the fourth amount of entrants. EVO 2024 entrants. Or attendance. Look at this. Are you telling me you think we can get more than 1,400 people? I don't think so. I don't see it being realistic. I think we could get over 500. I think we can get over 500 for sure. As long as you get a lot of people from Melee and Ult to come out as well. You think it gets a little bit less than MK1? I mean, what are we... I think... Okay. Here's a hard call out. I think if Rivals makes it into EVO, Rivals 2 at EVO has more entrants than Rivals 2 at Genesis. I think that it would be accurate. Genesis already used 400 for Rivals? Does it really? It didn't have that many last time I looked. Why does everyone enter so late? Wait, are you wrong? Let me just look this up. Especially Smash Fighter. I don't know if enough Smash players just want a Plat Fighter again. I think they want their Plat Fighter again. I do think there's people like Hungrybox and Void and like those kind of people. I do think there's some, but I don't think you're gonna see like people who really only play Melee right now or really only play Ult right now. I don't think they're coming out just because Rivals is there. Genesis is closing in on 2K total people. It'll for sure pass that by the time registration closes. How many people are going to be there for Rivals 2? God damn, you're right. Over 400 people. Wow. I'm wrong. All right. I thought it was in 300 still. Crazy. I think this is the largest in-person event ever then. Yeah, I don't believe M2K. I see M2K on here. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think there's a way that M2K comes out of retirement just for Rivals 2. I think that is false. I don't think EVO gets more Rivals 2 entrants than Genesis. I do. I think if it is at EVO, I think you get more people entered at EVO than at Genesis. I have never seen a game, any year it's out, EVO is always the largest. Like, when was the last year Melee was at EVO? Melee EVO. It was 2018, I think? How many people? How many people? How many people? Oh, it was 2019. Oh no, 2019 was the year it was only Ultimate. It was also the largest Smash tournament of all time and had over 3,000 entrants for EVO 2019. That same year, Genesis Smash 2019. Genesis 6. How many did Ultimate get? 2,000. It had 1,000 more people at EVO. It had 1,000 more people at EVO. What about the last one? 2018 was the last one that had both. 2018 was the last year that had Melee at it, because that was the year that Ultimate came out. EVO 2018 Melee had how many people? 1,353. And that would be Genesis 5. I'm hoping that this is how this website works. It is. 1,360. Wow. I was wrong. Genesis had 10 more people than EVO. I feel like Melee is a game FGC heads would enter for fun. I don't know if it's the case for Rivals. Maybe I underestimated EVO. These facts are convincing. EVO had over 10,000 people at it last year. And the year before that. 6,000 people entered just Street Fighter. Yeah, I don't see it getting. I don't see. I think this is the biggest. I think that EVO would get more entrants than Genesis this year. I don't see it getting 1,000 unless something wild happens. You'd be surprised, Aidenok. When I was at Combo Breaker last year, so many people were because I actually helped out at the Rivals booth for like an hour while George got lunch. And so many people came up where they were like, oh, I've been hearing about this. I want to check it out. I want to play. And I'd ask them, I was like, oh, cool. Like, what game are you here for? And almost all of them were like, oh, I'm here for Strive, or I'm here for Melty, or I'm here for Street Fighter. It was like more than the people that were already there for Ultimate or there for Melee. I don't know. I think that's my hard call. I think EVO gets more entrants than Genesis if it's at Rivals, or if Rivals is at both. Dang, Genesis 5 was so long ago now. What was the largest Melee tournament again? I bet if I can just find it on here. Largest Melee tournament. EVO 2016. Right. Okay. Was the year that Melee got 2,300. How many series have ever hit 1K entrants? A lot have. A lot have. Not like crazy, but EVO 2015, 1,800. I'm surprised that Super... Oh, wait, that was for ult. I'm just dumb. Oh, wait, buy game. Here. EVO 2016, EVO 2015. So this way, actually... So EVO had about 500 more people at EVO than at Genesis for the same year. 100 more people. Oh, wait, no, those are two different years. This is the only year where more people is Genesis 4 and Genesis 5. I mean, we were also saying, like, a ton of people have said, I get more people from my local fighting game scene in my chat. Not that, like, my local Smash scene doesn't like me, but I get more people just chilling in my Rivals streams that are from my local fighting game scene than from my local Smash scene. Like, Smokey Bear was in here earlier. He's a Street Fighter player. He plays Street Fighter and Strive. Like, Siwo Yang was in here earlier. Also, we've played in Street Fighter. Like, those are all people that I know from my local fighting game scene, not my local Smash scene. All right. We're waffling. We're waffling. It's also on PC. Yeah, you're right. Do I rip this? People will be mad if this gets out to the fighting game community. People will be mad at MK not being on here. And I forgot to save a version with I could remake it with 9. But it's funnier if I do the 8 version, right? Right? Post the Marvel Rivals version instead. The Marvel version instead. Oh, but people will be mad no matter what, but I think if I post the other one, it's just like, well, I guess it kind of makes sense. This is the only one where I'm like, ooh, I did have to cut a guaranteed game. Genesis is kind of, yeah, Genesis, when someone said Genesis isn't like the Rivals tournament, Genesis is the World Championships for Rivals every year. Boot MK for sure. All right, Smokey gave me the okay. Genesis is the World Championships for Rivals. It's the end of the Rivals Championship circuit every year. What I'm really hoping is that Combo Breaker can become a much bigger deal for Rivals. Booting MK is good for engagement. I mean, I don't know if I'm the kind of person who cares that much about it. I'm going to post the Rivals 2 version. Nah, this is funnier, I think. Hear me out. Here's how we can get rivals at Genesis, or at EVO. Oh, wait. That's why I did that. We're going to flip a coin. Heads, I do Marvel Rivals. Tails, I post the... Heads, I run the Marvel Rivals version. Tails, I run the Rivals of Aether 2 version. Yeah, Heads Marvel, Tails of Aether. All right. Like, where's the thing that tells me what size I'm at right now? All right. Thank you for redeeming wisely. Where did my beard comb go? It was right here. 1 second. I will comb my beard when I remember where my comb is. Sad. Wait, do you really want... Okay. If y'all really want me to post the other version, I will. Bad coin flip? Twitch chat just remembered that I have redemptions. What is that? I think they're both funny is the thing. I don't think there's a bad option. I don't think there's a bad option. Yeah, I'll do this one. Hear me out. Here's how rivals can make EVO. Wait, that's not the right thing. Where's export? God, I feel more like a real streamer than ever before. Oh God, we do need to see the responses to this. We do need to see the responses to this, don't we? Because that'd be funny. Oh, and you know what I need to do? I do like this. And then I just don't have any more. This is the only post. There we go. There we go. You don't like the narrative of every time a character sees top 8, they're suddenly nerf-worthy? Well, that's what everyone keeps doing, and that's why every single stream, I just have to be like, guys, stop being dumb. Stop being dumb. Oh, thank you for the gift sub, Dreamer. I was going to go with your last name, but I'm terrified to pronounce it correctly. Aerosol? Aerosol? All right. We will deal. I'm not gonna go the full Coney. It's their problem now, but I will go the. I've got to deal with that later, I guess. Oh, why do I have HBox? Okay, right. Name a game you know won't beat EVO, but whose competitive scene deserves some spotlight and deserves to be seen by the rest of the world. Bonus points you say it's all gonna be Rivals. No, it's not. ZB says Melee. Funny. Bonus points you say something other than Smash. That's not a fighting game. Not a fighting game. I'm sorry, but Rushdown Revolt is never going to be there. Okay, I thought people would at least be saying fighting games. I just remembered that I included Vampire Savior on my picture. Sonic the Fighters. At least it's a real fighting game. All right, never mind. This is not as funny as I thought it was going to be because people just aren't naming fighting games. Or they're naming fighting games that, like, just do not ever have a shot. Though he did say deserves a spotlight, not as, like, crazy popular. Rushdown Revolt, exactly. Like, just because people really like it, the people that play it really like it is like, yeah, but if you add Rushdown Revolt to EVO, how many people do you realistically enter, kind of thing? Like Air, Zell, Aerozel. All right, cool. Let's get hype. Let's get loud. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Love that. Oh, I know it won't ever make EVO. I read this thread as like game that could but probably won't kind of thing. Like, because the competitive scene is bigger. But yeah, I do understand what you mean. The number of people... Rivals 2. This is a much more realistic one. This is not a game. That's so funny. God, I hope they announce a new character at the EVO announcement lineup show. Sparking Zero? Nope. Well, DBZF wasn't there last year, so it's definitely not DBZF. The grainiest GIF of Fleet I've ever seen. Smash is not going to be there. Let's go, Rayson. I don't even know who any of these people are. It's just fun to scroll through now. EVO, if they had a good throwback game, let's go. That's the same one I chose. Synthesis is, I believe, in chat fairly often. It definitely has been in my, like, Twitter notifications. These are all, okay. Yeah, everyone saying SSBM, everything but Smash is very funny, actually. I'm surprised. I wonder if it's because of me and the algorithm is tailored to me, but there's a lot of Rivals 2 on here. Magic Snacks, what's up? I'm so happy. I'm so excited it's going to be at Combo Breaker. Guys, you do not know how much I love Combo Breaker. I love Combo Breaker. Outside of Smash Camp, it is my favorite tournament. Snacks, I hope I see you again there this year. I need to apply for comms, but, like, I've never been more confident that I'm getting comms, so. All right, these are not as funny as I thought it was going to be. Also, Grok, I hate you so much. Stop giving me, I don't pay for you. Stop trying to tease me with the worst responses. Wait, what? Oh no, don't actually do something here. No. God, AI sucks so badly. Whoa, Melee Boston, thank you for the raid. What's up, punk? What's up? Side note, AI thinks that if I click on which games are confirmed when this is the announcement show, it's not out yet. It's telling me that Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 and Strive and Granblue are all confirmed. No, they're not. None of this is real. It's highlighting a tweet that says predictions. God, I hate this. I hate this website. You should put Karnov's Revenge. I just made a post about it. Your first mistake was opening Twitter. I only use Twitter for, like, this kind of work now. 50-50 and if I enter Rivals 2. I hope you enter Rivals 2, even if you don't. Still gonna be super glad to see you there. I don't know Karnov. I've heard the name Karnov's Revenge. I don't know it super well. Street Fighter, Tekken, and Strive are given. I mean, we just made our post of kind of a joke, kind of real. This is what we came up with for chat. Vampire Savior's the big copium of it would be a cool throwback game. So that all of the... with the idea, they do Vampire Savior as the throwback, and then they announce a new Darkstalkers. So that all of the Morrigan fans can actually play one of her games for the first time. Twitter is an unnecessary evil. I don't think it's a necessary evil. It's a necessary evil for me because I'm doing the influencer esports thing. Like, that's the thing. VSAF for Queen Bee. I mean, VSAF for John Talbane. I've not played VSAF, by the way. I just like all the character designs a lot. And if they actually added it, I would at least learn it for 2 weeks and find out. It's a game that people love to talk about, but no one plays. Exactly. I think if they announced a Darkstalkers 4, then I would play it. Skullgirls? I do love Skullgirls as well. That one I have played, just very casually. But no, I use Twitter. If I wasn't doing esports and content creator, influencer kind of stuff, I would not be on Twitter anymore. If you've looked, there's a reason I don't tweet much personal things anymore either. It's almost entirely work or this related. Heisenko? Yeah. I play it every time it's at an arcade. I would now. I haven't seen it at an arcade since I got into fighting games. You haven't played it because you're too lazy to connect my pad. I've played a lot of very casual Skullgirls. Like, after I got into, like, Strive, but hadn't really gotten into more. If they... Skullgirls, unfortunately, has gotten active updates, which means it can't be the retro game. If Skullgirls somehow was the retro game, even though it's literally being updated still, I would for sure be like, you know what? I'm going to add Skullgirls. I'm going to get absolutely destroyed. Uptown has it? Does it really? All right. I don't remember seeing Vampire Savior there. Oh, someone asked. Yes, Marvel Rivals is a joke. Which is, how do we get Rivals to be at EVO? But I do have a version of this made with actual Rivals in it that I think is potentially real. It does cut Mortal Kombat. It does cut Mortal Kombat, which would make a lot of people mad. Big Band is such a cool... I love Big Band. I don't think I would play Big Band, but he's very cool. How do we get Marvel vs. Capcom and Rivals to an EVO? Here's the solution, and then you post the version with Marvel Rivals. Not a loss, IMO. I mean, I agree, but also I think not having an NRS game at EVO feels wild. That will feel as crazy as the first year that there was no Marvel vs. Capcom, when MVCI didn't make it. Right, but all of us saying this about Mortal Kombat is what everyone else that's only traditional fighter players would say about this version. I also do think, though, that when I had the version with 9 from EVO 2022, which had this as the background with 9, was the last year they did 9 options. I do think it's more... I think the chance of Rivals going up for 9, it goes from being a, like, 25% chance with 8 to, like, if you have 9... you don't cut MK and you have this, I think it actually makes it. I think it makes it for sure. Like, if you get literally any more slots, I think Rivals makes it. Yeah, Granblue still has a lot. Granblue also got like 1,400 entrants last year. It's a lot off Steam. It has fewer entrants, or it has fewer current players than Rivals 1 or 2 on Steam right now, but it has a lot on, like, PlayStation. But also, since I have it up here still, EVO 2024 entrants, or attendance numbers. Here we go. Like, this was last year. Granblue got a lot. That's a lot. I don't see them cutting Granblue. It has few entrants at Frosty's. Yeah, maybe. This also was the first big tournament after it was announced, after the game came out. At Frosty's and CEO? I don't know what its entrants are at that. Is that confident? I think if it's 9 games, I'm that confident. I think if it's 8, I've got it at like a 25% chance. Was it Combo Breaker? Why am I so confident? I mean, that's what my entire stream was about before then, Equi. That's like what the last hour has been, is me giving my convoluted plan for how Rivals can make it in. I mean, all right, looking up 2 more things, and then we're going to go on to the next thing here. Because I can't stream crazy long tonight. CEO 2024. Someone mentioned this, so now I'm curious. Or no, we're looking up CEO 20... Wait. 2025 was literally announced today, which has Rivals there. What game were we looking at? We were looking for GVVSR. 182 at a smaller event? That feels fine to me. Not a smaller event, but smaller than Combo Breaker. What did it get at Combo Breaker last year? Oh no, someone said Frosty's. That's the one, not Combo Breaker. Frosty's. Granblue. I'm looking at the players instead. I think Rivals 2 has a chance, but I think it's small. Yeah. I think it has a fighting chance, but I think the fact that you have to cut MK, even if MK isn't doing well, I'm looking up the wrong game. Even if MK isn't doing super well, I think cutting MK for a indie platform fighter is a hard sell for a lot of people. 352. That's fine. That's good. What are you talking about? Has a great chance if Rivals 2 players really show up for CB and CEO has it. Yes, theoretically. CEO does have it. That CEO's game lineup came out today. CEO does have it. The EVO announcement is next week. The EVO announcement is next week. So, like we don't have time to wait for Combo Breaker, unfortunately. Rivals has over 400. Genesis, yeah, we went over. No, we're saying that Granblue's for sure making it, and someone else was saying that they thought it might be cut. I think that's why I said if we have 8 people if we have 8 games for EVO, I think Rivals has like a 25% chance of getting in, maybe even like 10% of getting in over MK. I should save this version too. If it's 9, the way it was in 2022, I think the chance jumps up dramatically, because I genuinely don't know what game you would add over it, unless you were adding more than one retro game. Oh, for next year's EVO? Sure, that makes sense. That makes sense. EVO R2 Cope. All right. MK's numbers at EVO may depend on the Pro Comp announcement for Season 2. Sure, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right. We've had fun. We've had a good time, chat. They're talking about the Switch 2 being announced tomorrow? I think EVO Rivals would do better numbers at Granblue, but EVO doesn't do pure numbers. I don't think Rivals does better numbers than Granblue. I think if EVO was doing, if Genesis numbers were doing better, I would say that it's got a shot. I think the Genesis numbers are great. Genesis numbers are great comparatively, having over 400 people already. But that's also like, let's see how many Melee has at Genesis. So Ultimate has 627, and Melee has, I really thought I was about to say a higher number. 627 is so much lower than I expected. This is for the upcoming one that has not finished entrance yet. Yeah, Magic's X is literally an MK guy, by the way, chat. I know that one. People talk about the Switch 2 every other week. Yeah, I've been hearing Switch 2 rumors for a year now. 2 years now. Melee singles. Melee is 775 at Genesis. If all of these were like over 1,000, then I'd say that Rivals could get more. If these were like 2016 numbers for Melee, then I'd be like, oh yeah, Rivals could have gone over 1,000. Either Genesis crashed or numbers go up. I mean, Genesis has, right now we're looking at a little under 2,000. Let's see how much Genesis X was. Genesis has gone down in numbers a little bit. It's very expensive. This is a hard year for a lot of people. Like, I expected the numbers to go down a bit. Oh my god. Genesis was almost 5,000 people last year. What happened? There's still like 5 weeks before the event, and most of your entrance comes in the first and last week of a tournament, but I was not expecting it to be cut in half. What were we looking at this point last year? Oh, we're not even done with main. Oh no, we are done with main registration. We're in late registration right now. That ends in like 2 weeks. Bad economy, yeah. That's wild that it's so much lower. That doesn't sound right. I don't think there's more than like 1K for Melee. Last year, I'm looking at the Steam page. I don't know what you're arguing about. Like, what could you be arguing about? I'm looking, or not Steam, the Start GG. Melee singles last year at Genesis had 1,500. And Ult had, that's the wrong game. I clicked on doubles. Oh my god, where's just Ult singles? There we go. Forgot Zombo won. Ult also had 1,500. Yeah, if these games were all getting 1,500, I think there's a chance that Rivals could have made. I told someone like several months ago that I thought Rivals could break 1,000 at Genesis, but that was also assuming that Melee and Ult were getting like close to 2,000. So. Games can't be on a patch and not get dumpstered by the community. Oh, sure. Yeah. And some of the patches, I mean, the patch from today, people are really excited about from what I've seen. But the game's doing totally fine. The numbers are totally fine. It's more like the Street Fighter 6 scenario, where the game is totally fine and the numbers are totally fine. People are just dooming anyways, versus MK, where it's like, actually the game is having a hard time right now for numbers. All right, we've had fun. We gotta do a content thing now. I hit the wrong button. There we go. We gotta do content now. All right, give me a sec to get ready. We're gonna talk about Spargoat. All our games would be more. I've seen and heard some whack stuff is in this patch. If it is, I haven't seen it like super publicly on Twitter, like where a ton of people are talking about it. Yeah, we're gonna go over the notes after we go over what happened with Spargoat. But yeah, definitely gonna go over the notes. Because I'm trying to do more of like, hey, this crazy thing happened, both for, you know, Melee, PM, all the games that I follow as well. But the, like, Magic Snacks, you would know this, like what Brian F. does for Street Fighter stuff, where it's not just, here's a tourney recap, but it's like, here's this really interesting thing that happened, and we're gonna go we're gonna run down, here's what happened, here's why it's interesting, here's how, like, who made this upset, where they came from, because he'll do a lot of videos that are like, this prodigy came out of nowhere, and everyone thought that it was, like, the hugest upset. But actually, if you've been looking at Street Fighter League from Indonesia, it turns out has been doing really well there. You guys just didn't pay attention, and now I'm gonna explain it. Kinda gonna do that. That kind of stuff, except for other games. So, I should probably pause the music, or get on less crazy, wild, upbeat music for a sec. This is gonna be recorded. I mean, I automatically record now when I'm doing stuff, but Coolsy's gonna lurk and saute some. Ooh, that sounds real good. That sounds very good. Turn up for Wisely. Now, this is very different than what Walt does. Because Walt usually does highlights or like a full-on video essay. Brian F. just does it through this kind of thing. It's some of the best kind of content. I agree. I want this to be simpler than the stuff that Walt does. Because Walt does big stuff, but he also has to choose. Versus I want to be able to do this more frequently. All right. You're going to hear me go into the YouTube voice. I'm going to feel weird about it because I used to do only the YouTube voice while I'm actually recording for YouTube. But we'll get used to that. And everyone will be able to start just hearing my voice change and be like, ah, yes, it's time. We got to type hi YouTube before I change my screen. All right. So, if you were watching Rivals over this weekend, you may have noticed something a little strange. What you might have seen is a name that you haven't seen in this game at all, actually. A total unknown who went on to beat some of the best players in the world and got second on the way to do that. I already feel bad about the way that I went over this, because I don't have, usually for my videos, I read off scripts. I'm just kind of making it up. All right, we're going to retake that. No more retakes. It's got to be a little bit more casual. If you were watching Rivals over this weekend, you may have noticed something a little weird. A name that maybe you know, but you've never seen them in Rivals. This is somebody who went from being a total unknown, total upstart, to getting second at Let's Make Big Moves. Luminosity makes big moves, sorry. And beat players like Stango, Switch, and Boyko on the way there. The problem is we're not really talking about a new player. We're talking about Spargoat. See, Spargoat is coming hot off of actually just the day before being ranked as the #1 ultimate player in the world. And you might be like, oh yeah, sick. I know Spargoat. I love watching his Cloud. Guy's dope. Super fun to watch. And I agree. What's he know about Rivals? And that's the thing. He doesn't. This is all of Spargoat's tournaments that he has ever entered. 496 if you get to the bottom. All the tournaments Spargoat has ever entered. Now let's filter, and it will say he's only ever entered for Ultimate and Rivals 2. He's only entered 2 Rivals tournaments ever. One was Coinbox Online, where he's got 25th. He got second at his first offline Rivals 2 tournament. And like I said, did some huge stuff. We're going to go over the full bracket. But he also was a liar. Because right after that Coinbox where he got 25th, said, I ended up placing 25th, which I did better because this will probably be my last Rivals tournament in a very long time since I didn't perform that good. Apparently got a nice win over BioBird, though, so that's good. He did not know who BioBird was. If you do, BioBird used to be named Windows, was one of the top 5 Rivals of Aether 1 players in the world. let's scroll down slightly. I've been playing this game for almost 2 weeks now, so maybe this isn't that bad. But I feel like I could have done way better. Maybe I'll enter Coinbox again in the future if I don't have any Smash tournament to practice for. So Spargo, probably going to retire from Rivals. He only ever entered one tournament, which, by the way, that was 2 weeks. Let's pull up a calendar quick. So by my notes, he's been playing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. He's been playing a month. And then I ratioed him. Because he was not being honest with us. He was not being truthful. Also, it is very funny to me that that's actually did ratio him. 2,000, 2.2K, 723K, whatever. So let's look at this bracket. Let's see. Did he beat some, like, bad players on the way there? How did he get through here? Like, what happened? No, it turns out he went on, like, a 7-set losers run. One of the best runs we've ever seen in any game, and it was for the first time he ever entered a Rivals tournament. So if you look, this is the top 48. We're not going to go over pools. Temerario, I can read. Thank you for the follow. Where are we? Gets beat by Lucius, actually. Spargo went to Game 5 with Lucius. Now, Lucius is a fantastic player. A Rano from Rivals 1 was top 50 in Rivals. So, like, this is already a big deal, taking Lucius to Game 5. And then Spargo drops down to losers and beats Cora, good player. Toothbrush, who has done a really good job. In fact, let's pull this up. Toothbrush has done a great job at some of the coin boxes. I know that for sure. So let's find this. I mean, got 13th at this event. Uh, 65th. I thought it was done better. I know Toothbrush has done fairly well. I thought it done a little bit better than that. First at a lot of locals. Anyways, okay. Maybe we got to cut that part out of the video. Beats Void. Void has been playing this game a long time since the game came out and is also probably one of the best forest burns. Void is not just a content creator in Rivals 2. Void is also a phenomenal player. Beats Void. And then goes on in order. So we are already at, let's see here. Too far back. We are already at 1, 2, 3 sets and losers. And then in losers, then beats Beastly, 3-1, Stango, 3-2, Switch, 3-2, Boyko, 3-1 before taking Cake to Game 5. That was a 7 sets and losers before making it to Grands. He also beat at least 3 people that I think are currently in definitely the top 20 in the world for this game. Stango hasn't gotten below like 3rd at an offline tournament, I think, ever until this. I'd have to double check that one. Switch is also in the same boat, has made top 8 at a ton of different events. Boyko is the only person last year that had a positive record on Cake. And Cake Assault, let's talk about this one. Took Cake to Game 5. Cake Assault. First at Luminosity makes big moves. We're not even going to talk about the locals. First at this 35-person local. Didn't drop a game to Switch. First at Plat Fight. Didn't drop a game to Stango. Only dropped 1 game the entire tournament at Plat Fight. We're not counting online. We're just going to say we're looking at in-person events. First at LACS, didn't drop a game. Wait, let's double check this. I think may have dropped a game, just not in. Nope, never dropped a game. Didn't drop a single game. First, at Don't Park, dropped one game to Mystery Soul in each set. First, at Heatwave, didn't drop any games in Grands or Winners. I think dropped one game in the bracket. Again, internet issues. Cake has notoriously bad internet. That's why we're not counting online. Suffice to say, other than Marlon, who has not been able to play for the past couple months, Cake is the person to beat. First. Or sorry, here's the last time that Cake lost. Was the month the game came out at Wavelength. In fact, the month the game came out, but before the game came out. Last time Cake Assault lost a Rivals 1 tournament that was offline was before the game existed. Cake is damn good at Rivals 1. And here, lost to Boyko. Beat Boyko one set, lost in the reset. Boyko's the only person who had a winning record against Cake last year. But if we noticed, barely dropped any games at all the entire time. And Spargo brought him to game 5. Spargo brought him to game 5 while also, that's the wrong event, here, while also beating multiple top 50 Rivals 1 players and then 3 people that I think are in the top echelon. I think Stango and Boyko are for sure top 10 in the world. I think Stango might be like top 5 in the world. Switch is definitely top 20 in the world right now. Beat all of them back to back in a 7-game losers run. The top player in the world in eSport has terrible internet. Yes, it's unfortunate. He hates playing online. Cake is much stronger offline. So, keeping that up just to remind us, first offline tournament ever. Another reason we don't take online seriously. We do. I think online means a lot more for the winner than the loser. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes, he brought that Cake to game 5. So I have a couple things that I want to point out. I took a look at all of the different sets that... We're going to watch some more of these at all the different sets that Spargo played in. 1 second, I just realized we're going to have to cut this part out. I'm still on display capture and not. Cool. Good job, Chrome. Or not Chrome, Firefox. Why are you pulling up the wrong one? There we go. So there's a lot of different things that he did really well. One, he just played extremely, extremely consistent. The things that I'm going to point out, and then we're going to watch a little bit of this, because we don't have time to watch all of his sets, though I will say all bangers. A bunch of game 5s, they were super sick. He plays a phenomenal Clarin, which shouldn't surprise you because in Ultimate, he plays Cloud. Not the same character, but he's got clearly has amazing fundamentals, and he's got the sortie in this game as well. The things that I noticed that he was doing extremely good about in particular was use of down air and neutral, which sounds like a joke, but it's real. It sounds like a joke because everyone's like, yeah, down air, it's the move that feels silly to spam in neutral, but it kind of works. Dude did it so much. Down air and neutral, and then his throw game specifically is what I want to look at. His grab game and his throw game were impeccable. Big things to note about that, he was mainly doing up throw, was not bothering with the forward throw or back throw, which is what everyone talks about. He only did forward throw and back throw when it was at kill percent already. Dare's even bigger in this game? Oh, I agree. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's a great move. It doesn't shark down through the platform as much, but that's about it. But using it in neutral more than just using it in, like, combos. Using way more up throw than everybody else instead of, like, the forward throw and back throw. Also, the confirms off of that up throw were phenomenal. The other thing that I didn't really see him go for that a lot of other people do is he wasn't doing nearly as much of the neutral special, especially the charged versions. He was going for it a little bit off stage just to poke at his opponents and keep them away, but he tended to, instead of doing the flashier options, was just going for the really strong, consistent approaches. The really strong, consistent punish instead of the, well, if I do hit neutral special, I can get a kill. It was just like, I'm not going to worry. I'm going to play to my outs, and I know my percents. You're going to see him only go for forward throw and back throw, either when it's going to set up for a platform tech chase, or it's going to directly lead into a kill. Same thing with up throw, was often going through up throw exactly at kill percent, and wasn't using any of the like extra damage and combo moves unless he knew that it was going to lead into a kill directly. So to highlight some of that, let's take a look at it. I've brought out a couple different clips for us to take a look at.
Out quickly, bro. Man, yeah, I mean, this is looking rough.
Volume down a bit. Here, I believe this is example of the down air that we're getting. Or no, it's the grab confirm.
One of those things, man. The up air takes it.
He just does up throw up air like he's Fox from Melee. Knew exactly his percent.
A big part of this. Like, this stage feels so good for Claren, in my opinion.
And lets it rip.
Boom. One of those things, man. The up air takes it.
Straight into the kill.
Every time.
And if we watch a little bit longer, immediately goes in for that dare landing and just keeps running that. Let's wait. I think I need to go forward a sec. Wait, how does he start this spot? Yep, gets to the grab, immediate into up throw. Up throw is always his MO. He's not bothering back throw or forward throw, except for a couple spots that he gets the platform tech chase on.
I like the jab to kind of thwart the aerial approach. Good up air to kind of save you. Desperate attempt though.
Yeah,
also, look at the stocks. There we go. There we go. Finally gets that through. So yeah, takes Void to game 5 and then beats Void. People were shocked that he beat Void just to make it into top 8. So he beats Void. And then we got Beastly. Beastly is a very good player as well. I believe was a million ult player before this.
Regains a double jump, wall jump, goes for the
I forgot to lower this. And here, I said I really wanted to highlight his throw game. This is a back throw where you knew that the only option because of the arc is that you had to follow into a tech chase. So at this percent, this back throw is the exact thing you need to go for.
The movement right now from Spargoat is so impressive.
So yeah, that was the, I know exactly what percent we're at. I know this will lead into the platform tech chase, and you're going to see him do a lot of up strong as he's going for this. So that, I don't have a whole lot that I was going to point out from that set. And then everyone's like, okay, well, fine. You beat Void, you beat Beastly, but like, Stango's going to be your first real opponent. The other players are good. Stango's one of the best players in the world. And so we start out. Game 1, immediately gets grab and up throw, and just watch. We're just going to watch now. So he's poking around. He's trying to feel this out. And we're like, all right, finally, someone's going to put a stop to these shenanigans. There's that down air neutral I was talking about. And all of this starts up because of that. Also, I want to point out, does a lot of pummels. Everyone else has been saying that pummels are strictly bad. Doesn't go for pummels every time, but throughout the course of these like 7 sets, you see a lot of special pummel and neutral pummel, which I think is really important because everyone is saying like, oh, you only want a special pummel, so you always got to do this. I've been saying for a year now, even before the game was fully out, that like we need to see people using more neutral pummel to open up the special pummel, to make it really play the 50-50 game. Spargo does it a lot in these sets and gets a lot out of it. I was saying that Spargo is playing to very specific percents, knows when up throw is going to lead to things, knows the few spots that back throw and forward throw are, has like those confirms on lock based on the percents, and uses the pummel to get people into the percents for it. You gonna be at Frosty's? No, I'm not able to. I really want to. It just wasn't gonna work out for me. Have you tried Raster? Not really. I've played Raster a bit, but not seriously. But yeah, I think the one thing I want to point out, there's a lot of other stuff with neutral and the way that Spargoat forces, if I'm in advantage state, I don't want to take it too far. I don't want to I don't want to overextend myself. Those are all amazing things. I just want to point out the confirms off of throw for right now. Yeah, I think the combos are... Oh, the combos you're saying for Raster. Yeah.
Getting another special pummel. That's the Stango classic, bro.
And the commentators even point out there's a lot of special pummels.
Later on and try to play around that special pummel. It's a very strong tool.
Boom. The other thing is I don't see a lot of the unfamiliarity. That was just a solid tech chase read. I don't see a lot of unfamiliarity. A lot of people, when they're new to the game, they think oh, they're going to miss stuff. You're going to see things like hit fall forward air 1 so that you don't accidentally stop the kill happening from forward air 2. There's some really, really good play. And we immediately get the up throw. There we go. If you notice, hit falls that forward air 1 so that it doesn't... There. Or fades back from it, sorry. So that you don't stop the combo from working with the forward air 2. Doesn't die yet.
Okay, gonna side B to regain some double jumps here with the wall jump, mixing up when we're gonna go for the recovery. Backs off to get away.
Still's alive, gets out of the combo too, and into the kill. That's the hit fall I was expecting. That's the hit fall. The confirms here are phenomenal for a player that has only been playing this game for about 5 weeks. We get that into the final one. Hit falls it so the second hit doesn't prevent the kill and immediately runs it through. Yeah, I think kilogram hours is correct. In chat says, I think what separates Spargo from the rest is pure confidence and no hesitation. Correct. Knows what'll work and is immediately going through without any sort of pause.
It's crazy. We saw, I mean, he literally just played Wicco.
The forward throw on fire doesn't kill mid-stage there. Still is able to side special and get back. Into the... He just loves the throws into platform tech chase reads. That has been what most of these combos are starting from. That stall was the first neutral special we've seen the entire time. Made Stango scared to recover. And with that, just 3-stocked one of the top 5 players in the world. Spargo is on a different level right now. I'm not saying that Spargo is the best player in the world. Spargo is playing out of his mind, though. The thing is, this might not actually be out of his mind. This might just be how he normally is. But I've literally never seen someone in their very first time playing a game offline do this kind of work. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I know one person who did. That was Jack at Strive last year, who made top 8 in Guilty Gear Strive in his very first offline tournament ever at that year's EVO. And the only reason I remember that is because that's when everyone from Minnesota, when it said Jack, Minnesota, we're like, what do you mean Jack's from Minnesota? He'd only been playing in online tournaments before then. But yeah, first offline tournament and only second tournament ever for this game. And we're not going to watch all of it, but I'm pulling out the highlights. Oh, God, I keep forgetting that I didn't turn the volume down. J-Mook at second at Genesis was a shock. Yeah, exactly, but he'd been at other in-person. 2-minute game? Yeah, I know.
Not enough just yet.
I paused all of these at specific spots, and I don't remember what I paused this one for. So what are we about to see?
Okay. Gets out of the way of the
Or
dash.
did I forget to rewind it?
That's the whip punish, but Switch losing out on that one. The up tilt covering so many.
Oh, it's because this is the game
We're
5.
just swinging.
That's why.
We are just swinging, and it's working. That's the key.
Because there, that's the first time he goes for the forward throw, and it's because he knows he'll at least be able to get Switch off stage immediately. Hit falls the forward air 1, and that kills. Turning the volume down a little bit. Like, all of the spots are just so precise. Like, Spargo's combos are impressive, but in my mind, they're impressive because of how precise they are, not because he's, like, choosing the flashiest option at any given time. Like, we're not seeing neutral special into side B. We're not seeing, like, that kill off the top. He goes for it every once in a while, but it is just very, very clean play. And like you said, that was a down air neutral to try to get something. Gets his spot. That doesn't even kill, but just look at how tight this is. I don't see other people going for this kind of combo. Dash attack to send one way, up tilt, dash attack to send back the other way into the up strong. And then immediate just knocks him off stage. He's done. So, at this point, from what we have seen, Spargo went from... Actually, I want to see one thing. What was Spargo seeded at this event? 23rd seed. Crazy. 23rd seed. Beat some other folks. Is this happening? I'm so annoyed. Guys, I promise I'm gonna get a new computer someday. Once this is doing well enough that it's my full-time job, I will be getting a new computer. I just literally can't afford it right now. And then I will stop having these kind of issues. There we go. There we go. Second, I gotta unplug this and plug it back in. All right. So yeah, he just beat somebody that I think is like top 5 in the world, and we're still going. We are still going. Also, the number of game 5s here is crazy. Or sorry, no, that was then beat Switch, who I think is top 20 in the world. My bad. I forgot we watched most of that. And then on to Boyko, who up until now I was willing to say, like, oh, you've made a lot of upsets against. Beastly is a Zetter. Stango went Zetter. Switch plays Zetter. Maybe this is just the Martha versus Fox phenomenon. Maybe Spargo is good, but he's just really, really good at beating Zetter. Maybe the rest is a little bit harder. He did lose in winners to Arano. Like, it's possible. And then we get the mirror, the ditto. Most top players have all been saying that they think Boyko is the best. They think that Boyko is the best Clarin in the world. It's Boyko or Rangunchu. But Boyko is the only one who has a winning record on Keikasol.
Straight back. Run it back, bro. Godai Delta one more time here for game number 3.
And I want to show you game. Obviously, I'm picking and choosing the specific games. We're going to watch game 3 here. He lost to Cheesy? No, he lost to Lucius.
Maybe a bit too greedy with the pokes.
Fast dancing coming out here. Runs away to be able to get the grab right afterwards.
And to be clear, that is Spargo, who just got this grab. Up throw, like I said, is not messing with any of the other options, isn't trying to do the forward throw, back throw mix-up, is just doing forward or up throw into either up air or forward air consistently.
Survives though. Yeah, using the side B to get that wall jump to help with the resource recovery. Ooh, we run all the way there to get the
Okay,
swing.
it's still very back and forth right now.
Hold on.
Boyko goes really low.
How do you get back?
Bro, I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Wow. Runs the entire way across the stage to confirm that. Even Boyko shakes his head. He's like, all right, fine.
First stop. Always the one to ask the questions. Can Boyko find the answer though?
Might be able to do it here. We got some more border action coming out. Some more up tilts, up throws.
We get the up throw again. It's one of the first ones he's missed anything off of.
Going for some more damage and pain. Let it keep on trucking.
And like I said, it's a lot of these platform tech chase situations. I'm just going to shark from underneath you. And that was the first time we've seen him side special out of recovery the entire time. And he immediately does the back throw into the platform tech chase again. That is now, in just the clips I've shown you, 2 different back throw tech chase into either forward strong or up strong. These are all off of up throw, or the only time he goes for the other throw options are when he knows that it'll kill. Does not even play the mix-up. And while I've been talking, is on his way to getting another 3 stock. The third one. Or for sure second, I believe the third one that we've seen so far. Just 3 stocked the person who has a winning record on Cake Assault right now. Like I said, we don't have time to watch everything, but I just want to keep reiterating the command of the game and the off of throw is just incredible. And like we said, Cake has gone multiple tournaments now without losing any games, or he'll lose 1 game to somebody. Genuinely the first person to push Cake to game 5 since the game came out offline. Since the full release. Why did I pause on this one? Oh yeah, it's because of this. It's because of this. Gets the parry. And it's one of the first times it's one of the only times we're seeing this side special come out. But that's because it's going to be parry into the grab, into the throw, up to the plat. We get another one. These are always off of up throw. There, that was 3 up throws in the same thing.
How are we going to recover here? Side B onto the ledge. Baits out if we're going to land to the top platform or the bottom. Forcing Spargoat to make a decision. Gets the up tilt, puts him back into the air. Another neutral B.
Yep. These are the first times he's going for any of the neutral special options. Oh, he wanted that though.
Still going though.
Spargoat wanted that hit to hurt. Oh, the dash dances, gets the grab and the panic.
But like to me, it's so impressive watching. Cake is the first person to make him panic, by the way. We're seeing him go for throws that aren't killing anymore.
So Cakeso losing his second stock. Now Spargoat in a great position. Where you going again? On the platform. Stuck.
Yep.
Looking like a repeat of
And again, it's all of these super impressive. Like, let's rewatch that entire sequence.
Where he wants to be.
It starts with the down air in neutral, like I had mentioned. Boom. Into immediate throw. And again, he knows exactly if I throw at this spot, it's either going to lead into up tilt or into that short forward air. And we rinse and repeat it again.
Yes, 77 damage and climbing off stage. Gets the forward air swing on top of that. The recovery is now on the case of Cakeasol. Going to try to come back towards center stage.
Great pressure there with the clone as well. Where you go in the nair, going on the side switch, let's say. Down tilt into the nair 1 to bring him back the way around.
Okay. I don't remember if this is one of the games he wins here. I believe it is.
Looking for that next answer. Goes back on top. Tried to go for the combust. Can't find the answer. Up throw to put you right back up. Neutral B. Can't find the
Yeah, Cake is one of the first people to make him fish, to make him overextend a little bit. And even then, we're still going to go to a game 5 here.
Panic from Cakeasol. F tilt tipper. Is that it?
Oh, I think clearing the smoke there. Oh, wow. That just made me more impressed by Cake. What's up with his textures? Apparently there was an issue with the stream computer. with the new patch. I'm not really sure. Or no, this was not on the new patch, so I don't know.
He wants more.
More down airs, more down airs. He gets that neutral air into a forward strong spot.
And then I just want to watch the final game of the set. We'll watch the whole thing. Where is it? Wait, how does he win the end of game 5 here? I actually don't remember.
Gets grabbed. Where you going though? And the
Oh, yeah. Look at this is just really impressive to me.
gets grabbed. Where you going though?
Calls out the jump. He had been going for up throw forward air so much that Cake's like, all right, he's going to do it again. I'm going to jump above and just clips him. And look at Cake's face in the bottom right-hand corner, too.
Gets grabbed. Where you going?
He goes, all right, you got me. That was cute.
Gets grabbed. Where you going?
Like, calling out the jump there is so impressive to me. Because that's not just a, like, oh, I know all of my own stuff, but remember, this is the day after Spargo got ranked #1 in the world for Ultimate. Clearly, the kid knows player habits so well. So well.
It's the dream alive. He keeps it.
And then we're going to watch all of the final game, because I think it is interesting.
From Spark. I was just thinking, away. It's cake assault. Insane.
Obviously, we know the end of the story. Cake will win here, but pushes Cake to a game 5, something no one else has been able to do in so long.
Shake up. Hold on. Immediate down air.
Cakes don't mean business. Oh God.
God, Cake's force is so gross.
Coming out in the world. Spargo's time though. Pressuring on that platform.
Almost sense some like violent urges coming out from Cake right there with those down airs. Like, there's some anger in those swings.
Good chase from Cake Soul, but good DI as well from him too.
Oh, sweet spotting the clones. Not going to get anything off of it. Free punish game. Oh, I love these conversions.
I don't have as much to say right now because clearly the intention of this segment was to talk about how Spargo did so well for his first in-person Rivals tournament ever.
This game's looking like a 2v1 for a second. Hiding in the smoke. Sends out the clone. Trying to catch Fargo a little bit off guard. Goes for the trade.
Like, yes, that's something I was going to talk about at the end of this.
First blood, looking strong. Spargo starts back immediately. Don't give Cake time to set up. Good chase, wow. Okay, tip up.
Again, we keep getting those down throws or the down airs to start things in neutral. If it's not grab, it's down air, and usually the down air just leads to a grab.
Been given another freebie. It must be his birthday.
Was trying to cook something down there in the smoke, right? But ended up just cooking nothing. Maybe it was a birthday cake for him.
Talk to me. Okay, this is the up throw.
Yeah, these up throws are just so impressive to me.
Oh, I like the move.
And you'll see it. He consistently does up throw either when he knows that it'll lead into an up tilt or an up air, or when he'll mix it up with that back throw to just be like, I need you on the platform. Sometimes it's up throw to the plat, sometimes it's the back throw to the plat.
Like the chase. I want more though.
Spargo should jump cancel grab more. All right. Thank you for the follow.
The side B has to go for the wall jump, high recovery, a lot of punish window for yourself. King Assault one stock away yet again from ending this tournament.
Can he end it?
He wants to. Definitely doesn't want that second set, bro. Get that out of here.
Hold on. Still going. Hides in the smoke.
Yeah, at this point, we are now watching Cake Assault come online. The operating system is booted up. The robot is returned.
Up throw again.
Goes. Did you notice he went for the same read here? He keeps dash grabbing and it hurts my eyes. Well, I mean, sure, but when you or I get second at a almost 300 person tournament, then I think we'd be able to tell him that he should be jump cancel grabbing more. But for now, it seems to be working. He goes for the same read that he got the last game, and Cake barely air dodges away from it. Like, look at this. He went for the same up throw, up air read here. Boom. Cake does jump up, but doesn't jump forward. And then air dodges just, or he actually does jump forward, and air dodges just out of the way.
Bro, again. Air dodges away, a little bit scared from that potential up tilt up air action coming your way.
Brings him down with the nair. Yep, the pressure. All the multi-hits. The Cake covering. The clone right there just to distract you. The back air. Spargo nearly done. On his last legs.
Soon the up tilt. Trading it back and forth, 102%. Spargo looking to shut this stock down right here, but Cake's not giving it to him.
Gets clear.
One hit away from claiming the throne.
Sets up the throw once more. Yep, no Cake throw pop though.
I don't remember if he gets cake to last stock or not. I don't think he does.
Maybe, no.
Goes for the simple up tilt.
I'll go for a read there.
Desperately needed it, gets the nair, but no follow-up. Down tilt.
There we go.
The upstrong, and the air champion, Luminosity makes big moves.
There we go. So to recap, Spargo, after getting 25th at one online tournament, decided he was no longer going to play the game. He lied to us. But that's all right, because we like it when someone lies, but it's for a good reason. Then at his second Rivals 2 tournament ever, but his first offline tournament for the game ever, gets second and takes the #1 player in the game right now to Game 5. The first person to get Cake to Game 5 since the game has... Sorry. The first person to take Cake to Game 5 since the game came out. Everyone else who's taken Cake to Game 5 or even have gotten sets off of him at an in-person tournament did it during the demo or earlier. Whatever Spargo's doing, he's on another level, and I absolutely cannot wait to see him enter this game more. It's also extremely funny to me to see FaZe on a Rivals results page, but, you know, that's a whole different topic. So, yeah. First offline tournament ever, second tournament ever, gets second, takes Cake to Game 5, also beats Stango, Switch, and Boyko along the way there with back-to-back 3 stocks in just for good luck, and almost dropped out that day because he was going to decide to focus on Ultimate. Didn't mention that earlier. Almost dropped because, you know, just was ranked the #1 Ultimate player in the world. He was like, ooh, I don't want to get ranked and then also underperform. Almost dropped, decided to play. Like, I don't know if it was decided to play then or just decided to play for... Well, no, decided to play then because it was the one day. Or no, it was Friday and Saturday, so it was... Was it? No, it was just top 8. Whatever. I'm going to have to cut that. Whatever. Almost drops from the tournament, decides not to, and then, just for good measure, goes on and wins the 832-person ult tournament later the same day. So, right now, I thought the first time I did one of these uploads of like, let's talk about the story of this player was going to be me being like, so this big unknown actually was like great at these locals and you just didn't know. No, it turns out none of us knew. Spargo had been playing this game for less than 5 weeks, let's say about a month based on his own words. Second tournament ever and first offline tournament ever, and takes the best players in the world right to the brink. Clearly, this game still has a lot of stuff going on with it, and anybody who tells you that it is too late to get into Rivals is just straight up lying to you. One, the game barely has been out for like 4 months, maybe 3, and I literally have to do the math. They're just wrong, but also, people are going to be getting into this game and getting good at it at any given time. Clearly, so if you're the best player in the world at a different game, you're able to learn this. But yeah, people are still getting into Melee and Alt 2, like Flindo said. We're getting 4 new characters in a year. You did not miss the boat, I promise. Honestly, I'm just glad that Spargo didn't drop, and I really hope that he keeps up with the game. That's all I had for this segment. Doing this so much. Am I like shocking my computer somehow? This is so annoying. This is so annoying. At least you can hear me when this happens so that it's not like, well, we lost Sam. All right. Dumb. All right. I'm going to... Thank you for the follow, Blues Limo. Who's Sam? Sam is me. Sorry, did I say Sam? Right as I mean, it also froze in the segment once, and I just fixed it. So that I'm just gonna have to deal with. I can't just rip this straight from the stream and upload it. I'm gonna have to actually like edit it very slightly. This is basically me combining the like Mogul Mail and Brian F and everything of just like, I want to talk about this thing really quickly. I'm going to do all my prep before stream so that I can go over it. I'm sure these will also get better. I already realized while I was in the middle of the segment that I want to do a better job at not just choosing one clip from each set, but like really specifically choosing moments. So that I can be like, here's all of the times that he got this read or all of whatever. But I think for the first one, we're good. I'm happy with that. It felt like chat was having a good time with it. It felt like it. Is your tag a Lord of the Rings reference with Sam Wisely? It started as that, but it wasn't a reference from me. It was that friends in high school would call me Samwise because my name was Sam and I'm short. It's literally the entire depth of the joke, but I liked it. I liked the name. Eventually, as I like started doing online stuff, because I'm old, Samwise was taken on like every online thing ever. So I made it Sam Wisely just so that I could get it on any website, on some websites. And then eventually I was like, I like Lord of the Rings, but I don't love it. Like, I don't watch the movies every single year. I haven't read the books. I've read some of the books, not all of them. I don't want my name to be a reference to something I don't love and that my dog is whining a lot suddenly. What just happened? I don't want it to be a reference to something that I like, but I don't like love. Yeah, like Linja's doing. I would have people like quoting parts of the books to me or the movies and be like, what do you mean you don't recognize whatever? It's like, I don't know. I haven't seen them in 3 years. I watch them fairly often, but not that much. So then I chopped off the beginning of Sam, mainly for a little bit of anonymity. So it's not quite as connected to me directly, but also so that it no longer is a reference, I would say. But that's how it started. All right. It is 10:30. I thought I was going to go over the patch more, but this is also longer. I said I'd stream for about 3 hours. It's exactly 3. Let's go over the patch. I just don't know if I'm going to have time to play. Because I do want to be pretty intentional now that I'm going to stream on a much more regular schedule of, like, not streaming for 6 hours and until 1 in the morning when I have work and I have other stuff. Like, that's part of this is that I don't want to stream so that I'm exhausted the next day, that kind of stuff. I will decide how I'm feeling. But yeah. Then today's patch, the other thing. We got the new dinos. I'm very excited about those. That's not really what I want to talk about now. So the big stuff that happened in today's patch. One, they did a matchmaking change that should use your region preferences a little bit more. I think this is going to help a lot of people, especially because they're still working on some of the server issues, but this should help you not get servers that you don't want, because it'll literally give you the option to accept or deny a match if it's a server that you haven't, like, okayed. Or if it's a server that you've said you don't want to play on. This should just change a little bit of, like, minor stuff with the results page. I am super pumped for these skins, by the way. I haven't bought a bundle in a while. I at least want all of the skins, though. And so I'm probably going to have to just straight up buy it. Or I get the skins directly, one of the two. I'll see how many Aether bucks I have right now. But I want the Orcane Crag and Force very badly. They're all very badly. Chopper, what's up? How you doing? Oh, wait, I'm not recording for YouTube anymore. I can put music back on. That's Aether bucks. No, US bucks, I think it's $15, not $250. Yeah, don't worry there. It's 15 unlike previous months. What was it in other months? I thought it was always 15. Oh, was it 20 some months? Or is it more? Because there's... Hockey was 15. Hockey only had the one skin, though. This is 3 different skins. Hockey also wasn't a monthly event. Hockey was just, like, the one special skin for the month. So they've been doing a monthly event and then one bonus, like, special skin each month, too. I'd have to double check. I will say, I don't love the free unlockables as much for this one. Maybe the maple one looks better in game. I think it's just all right. I do like this platform though, and the bone explosion one. You think it's 20 for the monthly ones? Okay, so it's actually cheaper. Cool. It's cheaper and with more skins. That's why they're free. I mean, I know, but usually the free one has like a skin that I like a bit more still. It's just kind of like yeah, it's like vaguely themed, but it feels more like a palette than a full skin. All right. Universal gameplay changes. Many moves have had their knockback scaling increased, most of which had their base knockback decreased. A major problem we've noticed is that most attacks are unable to secure KOs at a higher percents without very specific setups or positioning. Ironically, kind of what we... Your stream on YouTube is tagged League of Legends? Why? I've never streamed League before. I haven't played League before. Let me fix that. Why on earth would it be League of Legends? What? Why? I'm not seeing it right now. Go to videos. Thank you for letting me know, but that's crazy if it's true. Darn it, I didn't have monetization turned on yet either. YouTube, you're about to get ads. I don't care. It doesn't show that I have... It says that I don't have any games for me. But I'll still change it to Rivals 2. He was watching something from Tampa Never Sleeps. It's Street Fighter when it was Rivals 2. That makes more sense because they usually stream Street Fighter. Oh, by the way, I don't remember if I've said this here. I met the Tampa Never Sleeps folks. I already knew some of them, like I knew Tong. But I met a lot of the Tampa Never Sleeps folks at Platfight because they were running production behind the scenes. And they found out that I'm really into Street Fighter and that I've done Street Fighter stuff for my locals. And so they're going to have me do some Tampa Never Sleep Street Fighter commentary now, which I'm very, very excited about. It's also League on YouTube Mobile. Well, it'd be YouTube. If it's League on any of them, it'd be for all of them. I just don't know why it would have done that. Because realistically, I just didn't say which game it would be. One sec. Just double checking. Can you... It should be fixed now. I think. All right. Yeah, we should be good now. It's probably not random. I just don't know. It probably just like uses AI, as we were making fun of earlier, to like guess what you were streaming. Okay, so basically for this, they're making it so that moves will kill more consistently without like the extreme precision, but also like, so basically moves will start, they'll be a little bit weaker before, that sounds dumb how I'm explaining it. I was gonna say they'll be a little bit weaker before they're stronger. Because they're decreasing the base knockback but increasing the growth, it's going to be the, like, they're going to include the percent where it becomes stronger, basically. Is this your first read-through? I read through it while I was at, like, on break at work. While I was taking a break there. But I didn't, like, really analyze it all. This change instant. Yeah, so basically the moves that are like, oh, maybe this will kill, maybe it won't. They're like your, you know, Claire and forward strongs at 150, but it's not tipper, like that kind of thing. Congrats on the TNS 6 Fighter 6 get, or Street Fighter 6 get. Thank you. Yeah, I think they just heard me commentate so much at Platfight that they were like, all right, cool. We literally met doing Street Fighter commentary, so cool stuff. I forgot that's how we met. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, they were like, oh, you've done Street Fighter at like your like local regionals and everything else. I'm like, yeah, until Rivals, I still have more hours in Street Fighter than in Rivals 2. But that's because the game was out for 2 more years. But until Rivals 2, it was by far my most played game for like the last year and a half before then. Sorry, my dog really wants to be fed right now. All right. Ledge grab boxes have been shrunk for every character, which should mean recoveries are more precise a little bit. I'm going to need to see how this feels in game. But I think it's a good change because a lot of characters would just like get back no matter what. And they were super hard to edge guard. So a little bit less of the magnet hands. I do like that they've specified which ones they're not changing, which would be Craig's up special. Locke's up special, I'm glad doesn't have it because you're trying to ride that ledge anyways. And if you couldn't snap, it'd feel really bad. Locke's forward special, or Kane forward special, and Forsburn up special. Because it's while traveling, it basically is with Forsburn up special. If you're going towards the ledge or if you're going into smoke, it tends to what was I gonna say? Because you're going into smoke, it tends to like magnetize towards the nearest smoke a little bit, and so it's kind of the same idea. I did think people flying to the ledge from above grabbed it way too quick. Yeah. Some of this I just won't be able to talk about. Mana recovery moves are now locked out of fast falling. Yeah, so your recovery is a little bit more committal because you're not going to be able to fast fall nearly as soon. Basically, once you do your recovery, you're stuck and you're drifting down a little bit longer, which I think will feel good for the aggressor. The up special reverse things, I just genuinely don't know. I read through these multiple times. B reverses are just more specific now, but I don't know exactly what this change hit, and I would need someone to explain like why this was necessary, kind of thing. Because I read it, I'm like, well, I guess it makes it more consistent when it reverses instead of any time before the frames, but sure. This change just makes it, the bottom blast zone is now 1 meter lower if you're not hit stun. You are just less likely to die first if you do like a low spike. I think this change is a lot bigger than people realize. Medium hit stun can now be wall teched on the frame you get hit. Unlike heavy hit stun, you cannot wall tech during hit pause or during the knockback trajectory. This change adds counterplay to situations when characters are repeatedly using weak moves to hit their opponent against a wall. Because that also should include when they're on stage and you're able to like SDI in and wall tech. Like there's a lot of stuff with like Raster comboing you towards the wall with down air and like back air, and or you know, Crag is doing back air towards the wall into you. Like that kind of tech stuff is going to be big. There's a lot of times where I tried to wall tech. Big Rano nerf. Oh yeah, huge Rano nerf for Rano back air. You're right. I think this is going to be huge because I still try to tech in all these situations and then I get sad that I die. I get really bummed that I get hit by that. This just changes grab release slightly. It's harder to do Raster turnaround up B out of shield. Now you actually have to be reverse it than just doing it in the opposite angle out of shield. Oh, interesting. Got it. Okay, I didn't realize that's what it was for. Thank you for explaining that, Dragon Lord. Sad Wisely Hours? Oh, because of the song? Sure. I was like, what's sad? Yeah. This allows you to buffer. I never had this issue, but I didn't set a separate air parry option. it's going to be... That makes it so you don't fast fall as often when you're just trying to drop through a platform. You can do that at a regular speed. You can't parry in the air. You can... So there's that, and there's air grab. And what it means is using your grab button or your parry button while you're in the air, you can set to be a different option too. So you can go into the settings and say like air parry equals air dodge or air parry equals nair or whatever, and it actually is just when you use the parry button in the air, it does that. Please do not parry. Yes. Zetter. Most grab boxes were shrunk vertically. Oh, okay. I'm going to ignore stuff that is part of the universal recovery move change, because that's what a lot of people are going to get for everything. I think this is just in the wrong spot. But up special, you go slightly further, but you don't drift nearly as much afterwards, which I think will be good. Just more committal. Aerial down special gives you double jump back later. So if you swap the Zetter out of the aerial down special, you get more reward for it. Oh, interesting. Flame puddles will no longer light opponents on fire if their ECB centers below the puddle. This prevents situations where an opponent would reach upwards into a puddle with an attack to get burned. So now say you like up air Zetter through like the bottom of a platform. And so you are going up through the platform and you up air and Zetter's there. You're no longer setting yourself on fire to up air him through the platform. That's actually really big. Yep. A lot of these we're going to skip over because it's just we made the move weaker for a bit and stronger later, and that's almost every move that could possibly kill in the game. And so it would be way too much to talk about on stream. We would just need to keep moving. This one makes me a little sad. Forward strong hit, shield stun increased by 1 so that you can't drop but shield between hits. The reason that I think this is sad is because it was just really funny when someone would drop shield and shield the first one and get hit. This is clearly a good choice for the game. I just thought it was really funny when people got hit by it. And then up strong is just not active as long, which is not insignificant. It's not active about a third as long, and it has more recovery frames. So you just can't, you can still spam up strong, let's be clear. You just can't spam it as much. Rano, part of the universal recovery change. Oh wait, I missed this before. Up tilt, early hit, shield pushback. The natural movement of this attack was combining with shield pushback to make it very safe even when spaced poorly. We love seeing Rano take more nerfs. That character carried so many people and that got nerfed and suddenly all the Ranos are gone, except for the good ones who are still doing just as well. Who would have guessed? Okay. This move is now stronger at all percents. Oh, up air sour spot. Up air 2 sour spot is stronger? Weird. I wonder why. Oh, actually, this is probably a nerf. This is probably a nerf because... So my idea is that if it's sour spot only, if it's sweet spot, the buff might make it so it kills. If it's sour spot, this probably means you're just not going to be able to link sour spot up airs over and over again. Because that's what was happening, is someone would do sour spot up air and just juggle for so long. And it was like, you're getting rewarded for using the bad hitbox. That's annoying. Raindrop up smash nerfed? Kind of? I guess? But still possible. Down air hit 1, hitbox shrunk slightly. Good. Because you could hit that move from so far away, even though it shouldn't have been that big disjoint. It's super active for a long time, and it leads to so much. There's a reason every Rano just spams down air a ton, at least in like gold and plat. Raster, universal, somewhat universal. It just makes that... It's part of the universal recovery change, but different. It's part of it, it's just not the same because basically they're just making up special more committal to use. Same with this. Again, these are all the like universal changes of like we've made some moves weaker at the beginning and stronger later. Crag. We made Crag's down strong a little less active to make attack chasing require more precision. Okay. Forward special cancel duration before entering special fall. 16 to 24. I don't know what this means. I don't play enough Crag to know exactly what that change does. Is that like if you parry it? When do you enter special fall out of forward special? Because you can special cancel on hit. You can jump. I don't know if that's what it's talking about. Forward special can no longer fast fall until it enters the looping special fall window. Same with up special. Forward special cancel. So just hitting B again after using forward special? Or hitting special again after using it? Forward tilt gets stronger at 73, but it's weaker before then. That's early. That's the earliest percent I've seen so far, 73. But it's probably so that forward tilt isn't as... Honestly, forward tilt at like 73 would still be wild sometimes. Oh, it's hitting shield after. Duh. You're right. You're right. Because I always try special and then I panic because I'm about to die. Oh, forward special cancel is pillarless. Yes. Got it. This makes way more sense now. Forward special cancel is pillarless side B where you do like the hop. I was thinking where you still went into the ball and rolled. Right. This makes way more sense. So now... Okay, got it. 101, 84. Down strong active frames. Half. Oh, that's a lot, actually. Half the active frames. This move is extremely good at covering entire platforms, so we're making it require more precise timing. That's a big change. 6 to 3. 3 frames doesn't sound like a lot, but when it was only 6 before, this move is literally active half the amount of time now. I've heard that Fleet feels a lot better to play. B-Bats has said Fleet is fun again, which is great. That means B-Bats is playing again. Neutral special cancel window length. Makes the same as neutral special for... Okay, sure. Universal recovery change. Forward tilt stronger at 84. Neutral air is higher percent than I would have expected. Neutral air sours. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I wasn't reading sweet spot versus sour spot. Yeah, it's just all of these small changes. So a lot of these, because there's so many, it's going to be hard unless I can like get hands-on time with the character. If I just read this, if I can read this for one change, it's like, oh, interesting. For every single move, I'm like, I don't understand how these all work in tandem, but I will find out. Forward strong had the hitbox. This increases the power of the move at mid-ranges while reducing the backwards range. Oh, that's a fun tweak. That's a fun like side grade, not a buff or a nerf then. It's stronger at mid-ranges, but you don't get the weird back hit of it as often, at least. Maple, we brought back a rival of Aether mechanic that would slide Maple forward when using her forward tilt. Oh, we have forward tilt boost again? This is unintentionally removed during Maple's transition from Rivals of Aether to the sequel. While this does give the move a little bit more range, it means Maple must advance forward while using it. Oh, it always tilt boosts her forward. Got it. Okay. I thought it was like a tilt boost kind of thing. It's not a tilt boost. It just, her forward tilt always moves her a little bit forward. Which can put her closer to the opponent when it gets shield or when closer to the ledge when edge guarding it, reducing its potency. So basically, this is a nerf for just like spamming forward tilt over and over again. Because you're going to move every time you do it. Overall, wisely, it just means that combos are now more consistent pre-100%-ish, and kill moves kill harder after 100%. Yeah, that's what I said earlier when I was reading it. But because it's for every character, I don't want to just repeat that every single time. Casual audiences won't understand any of this unless they play. Well, yeah, for sure. That's why, I mean, I don't, because of the time, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play today, which I was really expecting to. I wanted to go over the skins, but my dog is wanting to go out, and I've been live for over 3 hours, so. Watching Spargoat, and he played against B-Vets. Nice. Souping Tony, thank you for the follow. Clarin. We've improved the feel of Clarin's up special. That move didn't need to be better. I mean, to help the move connect into itself and removing frustrating parts when it would whiff. So it's only... Okay, let's see. Should more reliably link into the set. That did happen a lot. You'd hit someone with the first hit, and then they would drop out, land, and be able to punish you. Okay. That's fine. Up special, active frames increased by 1. This allows her to threaten opponents on stage slightly better when recovering, as this new active frame reach higher than the rest. The innermost hitbox disappears on this frame. Make sure she isn't too well protected from the attacks from above. Okay. Up special can't fast fall nearly as early. Good. Fleet is no longer hot ass. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We just went over Fleet. Fleet seems like she's a lot better, or at least more fun, if not, maybe not amazing, but still way more fun for them, so, which I'm good with. Forward special can no longer fast fall until, okay, that's the same thing. Oh, well, that's how it should have been before. I've heard that Clarin feels really good right now. I already thought that Clarin was one of the better characters. Apparently Clarin might be one of the best now, so we're gonna see. If Clarin in a game where all of the mid% combos got better and then over 100% ones were more likely to kill, I think that's a huge buff for Clarin, just like in general. Like that just seems like a big buff to Clarin, like on as a concept mechanically. Loxodon. We've primarily reworked Loxodon's knockback values. Okay, so that's the universal changes. Universal changes. These are all universal changes, except for a visual quirk. All right, cool. Ooh, these all get... All the ones here that are like the strongs, the fact that they get stronger sub 100 is, I think, a big deal. Because that means you're going to be able to get a lot more kills with locks like at 90 to 100. Not busted, not weak to play as. Sure, I could totally feel that. Box feels great. All right. Yeah, the fact that these all get stronger under 100 is, I think, a big deal. Because a lot of other kill moves in this game aren't consistent until, like, 120-ish? So the fact that these are earlier is, I think, a good thing for locks, even though if it terrifies me more. But I like that it's weaker earlier, because, God, it sucked dying at, like, 70. Arcane, I've heard, is a real character again. I've heard that Arcane is good. All the Arcanes are coming back. We've saved the whales. We've given Arcane back his down special stall with both a limitation and an option not to use it. Oh, interesting. Increase the move's utility. It's just 2 frames faster. Forward special recovery frames before you can grab ledge, 10 to 7. Makes his recovery slightly harder, intercept from on stage. Thank you. That move just destroyed me. Oh, wait, no, I'm reading the opposite. Man, that just got harder for me. Darn it. I'm so bad at dealing with forward special. It's fine. I know that's a me problem. Haven't seen any Orcanes on stream. Well, they all got to come back still. They all have to realize it. Down special now stalls in air once per airtime unless you hold the shield button. Okay, so it's the same way as like not grabbing a rock as Crag. And it's only once per airtime. I think once per airtime is a good middle ground. Orcane is a boy? Yeah. I thought Orcane was just like genderless. Orcane is like a trickster spirit, canonically. I kind of have viewed Orcane as gender fluid. And that's not a water agua fluid joke. That's just genuinely how I've kind of thought about Orcane. But yeah, I think Orcane is he, at least in the way that this is written usually. It also makes it so you can do reverse down B bubble for recovery and high. Yeah. Orcane is a non-gendered little guy. Yeah. Neutral air sweet spot. Forward tilt. I like that forward tilt is weaker before 90, because that killed dumb early sometimes. I like that this is only once per airtime, but that it's back. I don't love back air being better because I thought it was already good, but fine, I'll take the trade so that we have some character variety again. Yeah, this all makes sense. All makes sense. Okay, I've heard that this character's been nerfed, which I think is good. I main fours, and I've been saying for two patches now that I thought fours was great, and he just kept getting buffs or even staying the same. Orcane is like a face spirit. I mean, Orcane literally is like the spirit of joy, like a trickster spirit, according to the lore. Forward special startup. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, a quarter longer? Almost a third? Actually, it is a third. A third longer startup on forward special. And a double for recovery. This allowed some more commitment to the move, allowing opponents to more feasibly punish it. It could still cancel into forward special's clone toss on frame 3 of recovery so as not to change the timing of his recovery move. Oh, cool. And the recovery is still free 3 frames if you make a special clone. So special clone is more incentivized now. Oh, Jade, thank you. Thank you for joining a channel member. Thank you. You've now joined Wisely support. Thank you so much. The channel members, it's the same as Twitch subs, except I can give more, like, I can post my scripts and do more things on there and give you guys more bonuses. Why was Forsberg getting buffed at all? Because people kept saying that Force was really bad, and then he kept getting buffed, and I was like, guys, I think he's good. I think he's really good. I don't know what we're talking about. I think these are good changes. It's just it's gonna hurt a lot, but it's good because you were able to do so many just spamming clones if you really wanted to. I tried. I'm so tired of this happening. I am so tired of this happening. Oh my god, this is annoying. This didn't happen at all my last stream. Why has it happened 4 times? I'm glad that this is a fix that I have learned how to fix quickly. And that doesn't really impact anything else, but it's really annoying. Is that the new camera? No, this is OBS having issues. This is my computer is not strong enough, and I cannot afford a new one yet. But thanks to your channel membership, I'm getting closer. All right. I mean, my dog isn't whining. He's fine. I mean, it's OBS having issues because my computer is weaker. Like, I need to build a new computer. That's really what I need to do. It's just I can't afford one, especially because I want to get a nice computer when, like, this is now half of my income. It's now a part-time job for me. And hopefully enough stuff is happening that it should become a full-time job. I'm working on it. By this I mean streaming, YouTube content, commentary, all of that kind of stuff. I'm hoping that within the year I can get there, but it's just really hard. It's a long game. Getting to full-time on content creation is difficult. And if I'm able to get there in a year, which will effectively be 2 years of doing content seriously, that's crazy fast still. But whenever we get creator codes for Rivals, it's genuinely when I think it might happen. It's genuinely what I think could be the turning point for me. So you can't drop clones quite as fast. Does any of the stuff with off-brand changes hit your income or plans for income? No. Off-brand games still exists and still works the same way. It's just the production company, the event side, that doesn't exist anymore. Like, even LACS Rivals was not done through off-brand productions, which I didn't realize even while I was there. It was all contractors, which are some of the same people. But it wasn't done through the production company, because I think they'd already gotten to this point. No, the stuff that I'm talking about, the only things for my income is, and I've said this on stream a couple times, is that when I did an interview with George, he mentioned that they're planning on doing creator codes. They just don't know how soon it's going to be. And creator codes are the, like, what Fortnite or Rocket League or a few other games do, where, like, anytime someone buys an item in the game, yeah, spend wisely, the creator code, that kind of thing. Wasn't Beyond the Summit associated with Off-Brand? A lot of the people from Off-Brand, or from Beyond the Summit, started Off-Brand, yeah. Off-Brand games still exists. It's just the event company. I interviewed Edalus. Yeah, I interviewed George, their community manager. I just haven't edited it yet. It's on my... I got the audio all fixed recently, so it's on my list of, like, all the LACS footage that I'm getting out. But they're going to be doing creator codes where it's the same thing, where, like, you can, if you're like, oh, I'm going to buy this skin anyways, or I'm going to buy Aether Bucks, I might as well just enter wisely, or enter a code for whatever creator. Code Mango, code HBox, code ThroneOrc. And it won't save you money, but it is just like, well, I'm going to spend this $10. I might as well have 2 of it just go to wisely. I don't think it'd be 20%. That seems really high. It's probably going to be like 5%, that kind of thing. And I know that there are way more people that would do that are like, well, I was already going to get the skin. I might as well just send it to somebody I like watching, than, like, are just like, oh, I'm going to sub and, like, give $5 a month just to also still have access to something I already was watching on YouTube, or something I was already watching on Twitch. Like, I've used this example before, but the month where, you know, if I'm already spending $3,000 on Rivals 2 skins, I might as well use code wisely to support him. True. And let's see. If it's the 5% that I believe that's what, like, Fortnite did. Let's see how much money that would be. Times 0.05. $150? Yeah. Like, I think enough people that could genuinely make a big difference. Are we derailing patch notes? We're almost done, I promise. I promise. Oh, the emote did not get typed correctly. But yeah, I know from him just saying stuff in interviews, the, like, couple month period where Ninja was the largest streamer in the world through Fortnite stuff, he made literally more money in Fortnite creator code money than he did on Twitch subs. Like, creator codes go crazy, especially, and this is not a brag, this is just genuinely where I'm at. I think I'm the largest content creator for this game that didn't already have a really, really large audience. I do stuff for Melee and for other games, so I'm not going to say that, like, didn't come from other games. But, like, Mango has been Mango for a decade. Hungrybox has been a giant creator for so long. Like, I'm kind of up there with a lot of, I don't get as many views, obviously, but like, there's not many other people who are doing kind of the same level of stuff or getting some of that same notoriety. There's also not a lot of people trying to do it. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people would want to support me if they're just like, oh, I might as well anyways. Like, example, the SPIF codes for the Slippy drop. Let's find this. Here. This that they did. As far as Rivals is concerned, you are up there, not Melee though. Yeah, I've also been doing way more Rivals content though. I do stuff for Melee and I will be doing more content for those. But I know that I'm not nearly there for those any other games yet. Nor would I expect to. I haven't made a whole lot for other games in a bit. But yeah, this Slippy drop from SPIF, because I have a partnership with SPIF that also is code wisely. It's almost the exact same thing, except if you use the code, my code, you get 10% off, and I get 5%. The day this went live, I found out from the SPIF people, almost a third of the orders were using my code. That's crazy. Like, a lot were just because it's people that didn't follow me that saw the code being posted and wanted to save money. They said this is one of their biggest drops ever. They made more money from this drop than they did in the last 4 months of some... Like, they did more... They made more money in this drop than 4 months of, like, their last sales. And apparently I had, like, at least a quarter of the purchases, which is so funny. Linja, I don't know what their margins are. They deserve it. Yellow Carter, thank you. And Pochi, thank you for the raid. I'm also very excited because I'm also just getting a lot of this merch too. Street say you like Rivals 2. I do like Rivals 2. I like a lot of platform fighters, but Rivals 2 is the big one right now. He hates it. Yeah, I haven't spent almost 4 hours talking about it. All right. Anyways, that was a big distraction of my finances because stream seems to be curious. But yeah, that's because of how successful this was on something that costs way more money because it's like $90 jacket. That's why I'm like, creator codes when they're added to Rivals 2 could be genuinely enormous for me. Love your YouTube videos talking about it. Well, thank you. Thank you. That's the goal. That's the goal. I make YouTube videos because I want other people to be as excited about these games as I am. Like, I am going to do stuff about Rivals 2. I actually am going to make a video about Rivals 1 soon. I do stuff with, like, I still do stuff with Melee. I do stuff with a lot of other games. God, I love Melee. Same. I'm going to make some videos about Street Fighter, but also, like, obviously Rivals has, I can talk about patches. I can talk about a lot of different stuff. Like, there's more stuff for me to talk about. It's also the current, like, exciting thing. But there's a reason I have a lot of videos that are like the Space Animals videos, which are going to be the entire genre of platform fighters. Or I'm finally working on a video right now. I recorded it forever ago, but we're finally editing it of what it's been like learning fighting games as a platform fighter player, all that kind of stuff. All right, back to the patch notes so that I can close stream soon. I've been talking about this too long. Oh, it was literally at the end. This is the last character. All right. Clone Explosion is now auto floor huggable. Cool. This did not apply to a super clone. Oh yeah, that totally makes sense to me. Got it. I'm actually surprised this wasn't before. This is basically part of the universal change. It's not quite. Parrying force will now destroy his clone. I'm shocked it didn't work that way before. Gun to my head, if you had asked me if parrying fours destroyed the clone, I would have said yes. I would have said yes. Like, that just makes sense. That feels like how it should have been. I am fully admitting that my main was crazy and that it should have been nerfed. I think any change where I'm like, I'm shocked it wasn't like that already is a good change. Especially if I'm a main of that character and it's a nerf and I still am like, oh, I can't believe it wasn't like that before. Jab 2 and 3 speed boosts are no longer additive and will instead set force burn's velocity directly. This reduces the distance he can cover when doing a full jab combo after an action that gives him a speed boost, such as wave dash or baby jab. Oh, I didn't know that's how it worked. The speed boost values were increased to keep standing jab. Okay, so standing jab feels the same, but wave dash into jab doesn't give us much. Interesting. I always felt like it went a long ways, but I didn't realize it was specifically because of wave dash and baby dash. Interesting. Okay. I like that back air is stronger around 89, because for a move that was super strong later, the fact that sometimes I would hit a back air at like 120 and it not kill was annoying. Sour spot. Oh, that means I'm not going to hit sour spot into sweet spot as often though, which I think is a good change. Like we said, these are all, every character's getting these. It makes your mid% combos more consistent, so you're not relying on one or two really specific setups, but you are getting a lot more. And then like over 100-ish, your kill moves are a little bit more consistent too. Void used so much baby dash jab combo sliding across the stage. Yeah. Down air spike damage. This reduces the shield advantage of these attacks by 2 frames. They're a bit too safe to throw out since they have decent range and good shield advantage. Yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't using it specifically in that scenario, but down air was, it felt pretty easy to throw out in most situations. The main problem was rusty stocks were a real problem in this game. I think I know what you mean by that. Sour spot bear is something Cake used to abuse a lot to combo into a bear kill. Yeah. I mean, he did that. It still will work, because he also did that in Rivals 1 all the time. But it's not going to work as long for, you know, for every single kind of thing. I'm out. See ya. All right. Dare clone boom dare did so much shield damage. It still does. It won't do as much, but I've broken way more shields as Force than any other character. And not just because I've played way more as Force. Like, I just get them more consistently. Downer's third active frame no longer has a spike hitbox on the dagger and tip and hilt. Oh, I was expecting this change. What this means is the reverse spike, where instead of being behind and below, you're not getting as much like forward. I gotta say, hitting someone with Clarion Tip or Bear at like 115 handling live. Yeah, I agree. I think all these changes sound good. I'm just gonna need to... Well, I didn't mean to click on something. I'm already in the Discord. Don't. All right. Dagger. Oh, they fixed this. Get Up Special can no longer create a fully functional clone if he's in the right side of the platform. This was a very funny, very, very funny bug that I don't think I ever got to show on stream. I really should have. It was so funny. Fixed a bug that would prevent clone from being destroyed if Force instantly wall-teched an attack. I didn't know about that one. All right. Well, I was really hoping to stream, like, playing the game and checking out the skins and everything, but I took longer. We took longer doing the fun EVO bait stuff than I expected. So it's already after 11 here. It's almost 11:30. I'm probably going to need, or not probably, I'm going to need to call it. I will do another stream later this week where we're actually going to test out everything in game. I will definitely play before then anyways. But, yeah, I streamed for almost 4 hours. I meant to stream for only 3. Because I'm taking a much more consistent schedule now. I'm going to try to be a lot more consistent at, like, starting stream at 6, ending at 9, or starting stream at 7, ending at 10. Today I just started later than I meant to because it was my first time pulling together all of the stuff I needed to for the, like, I did a, if you came in late, I did a segment going over Spargoat. Are you in the US? I thought you were UK. No, I'm in the Midwest. I'm Twin Cities, Minnesota. I don't sound like I have a UK accent, do I? I've never heard someone say I sound like I have a UK accent. I also go to a lot of US events. But yeah, so because I'm going to be able to stream more consistently, I'm going to try to make sure that I'm not doing the, like, 6-hour streams. I'm not offended, it's just funny. You kind of look Scottish? That's just because I have a beard. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming more consistently. That also, I'm going to be using more of that time post-work to, like, days where I'm not streaming, I'm going to be able to do exactly, like, I'm doing 3 hours of work on videos instead of... Usually what would happen is I wouldn't work on a video at all, or I'd work on a video for, like, 8 hours. And this will help me be... As long as I'm good with my time, it'll help me do a lot more consistent stuff soon. Are you doing commentary at any events soon? None confirmed, but at least 2 that I'm pretty confident in. And that would be Genesis. I have not heard back yet, but I've done I did top 8 at Genesis 1, I did top 8 at Genesis last year for Rivals 1. And I've done top 16 for the last, like, 3 years for Rivals 1. I imagine I would be doing Genesis this year. Hopefully top 8, fingers crossed. If not, I'd be shocked if I don't at least get top 16, I'll be real. It's going to be both. Both are going to be at Genesis. The Rivals 1 is capped at, like, 64. Rivals 2 is over 400 already. And then I should also be at Combo Breaker. Again, have not even applied yet. Combo Breaker's not until May. But I did top 8 for Melee last Combo Breaker. I've done top 8 for multiple games at Combo Breaker. That one I would genuinely be shocked if I'm not doing top 8 for Rivals 2. Oh, and then I need to follow up with them again, but the folks from BOBC had asked me to come out. So I got to follow up and make sure I can actually do that, but that would be in March. So, that would, we then now have an event for February, March, and May. I just need to find something for April, but at least, like, once a month, it's already looking like. Also be at some, like, local stuff. I have my own thing that I get to announce soon for some events that doesn't impact a ton of people. Wait, you're commentating BOBC? I need to confirm. The people that are organizing commentary at BOBC asked me if I would go, but I need to, like, double check rates and flights and everything like that. But they want me to be there at least. And I feel confident, I feel comfortable saying that. They want me to go. We just have to, like, confirm and make sure. I was at BOBC 4, which I know was, like, 3 years ago. It was my first time traveling out of the country for Smash. So I believe I'd be doing Melee and probably Street Fighter, Melee, and Rivals at that one. At least Melee and Rivals. Where Genesis, I'm probably only going to get Rivals. I really hope that, like, I really hope that I would get Melee, but it's going to be a lot harder. Genesis for Melee is so... It is, you have to be the cream of the crop. So I really hope I get it, but I'm not holding my breath for that one. All right. With that, though, I'll... how much is travel outside of the country? It really depends. Usually, Vancouver's kind of expensive for me, but I loved BOBC 4, and I've only heard great things about the rest of them. So I think it would be worth it. I think the Gallant folks put on wonderful events as well. All right. I gotta go to bed. I need to stop. I need to ignore you. I need to ignore all of you. Am I following anyone that is live right now? Following. Okay. I need to clarify. Am I following anyone that's live and is doing something related to what I'm doing? Bye, wisely. See you tomorrow. Wait, how are you seeing me tomorrow? Are you watching my YouTube tomorrow? I don't think I'm live tomorrow. Good night. Good night. Well, wait 1 sec. I want to send you guys somewhere. Like, Ludwig is live, but he's streaming. He's streaming League. I would, if Lud was streaming Rivals, I'd send you to Lud. Or any platform fighter. If he was streaming Melee or streaming whatever. None of the people I follow are, wait. None of the people I follow are streaming any of the games that I do. Or they're people that are just like huge followings and it doesn't make sense to send you guys there. All right. I am gonna go to bed. I will let you all go to bed too. And instead of raiding, we will let you guys stop the train and get some sleep. Check out YouTube, check out everything else. We are really, 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 really close to 10K on YouTube. Less than like 700 more. So that's what I'm just gonna push. If you guys like my stuff, you can share my videos with like one other person. That means the world to me right now. Yes, I am telling you to go to bed. Good night. I'll see y'all later.